Bro, why is this so hot? Anyway. Let's go ground. Let's go ground floor. Hey, Lewis Jackson, what's up, man? I'm gonna go to the ground floor, and I'm going to probably have a look what's going on. What's the last game I played again? Oh yeah, it was Payday, wasn't it? I don't really see a lot of people on the balconies. That's one thing I hope they do a little bit more of on GTA 6 is balcony spawns. Because I do see a lot of people on balconies in real life. Ooh. Mansions. Oh yeah, bunkers on double this week. Really good money. Really good grind for anyone who wants to make a lot of money.
You look amazing. Let's hang out soon.
Alright, what am I doing today? I don't know if I can be bothered doing this thing. I need to look at the newswire. See what they're saying for this week. Let's have a look. So, ghost hunting. Seek out these spirits, snap photos of them with your iFruit camera, and send the grainy photographic proof to the team for GTA money and RP. Is that it? Is that all they give you? Do they not give you anything else? Oh, you get if you successfully photograph all of them, you get a special livery for livery for who the Brigham or whatever. Deathmatch is cool. Processed animals, that's probably the most interesting thing that I've seen. That's cool. Halloween free roam events, of course. The cool thing I see here is new Halloween props for the creator. That's unusual. Rockstar doesn't usually bother making new props. So that's really cool, actually. I wonder if those will stay after the event, or if they'll disappear. And if they are already in a mission, I wonder if you put them in a mission, I wonder if they'll despawn once the event's over. I hope not, because that would suck. I could make a Halloween-esque. Oh, I could do a Halloween-esque. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a Halloween-esque survival mode. Oh. That could be interesting. I do that. Have you done a video of doing cargo work? No, I've never made any videos doing, not like specific videos. Anything I've done is in like streams, but I've never made like videos. I've never really thought it'd be very interesting to watch someone do cargo work, to be honest with you.
Hey there. Can't wait to meet up later. Watch it.
I'll do the ghost thing later. I can't bother right now. First things first. That's why I said I can't be bothered. Ooh. Alright, Kaz. Alright, well, let's get this thing quickly. I hope I've got room in that.
Hey, I really wish I could talk. I gotta go. Got some
Alright, so we'll do that quickly. Let me switch back. Let me do my time trials quickly. You can see I'm a bit rusty on that because I don't really do this enough anymore. No, don't run me over. Yeah, smack your head like that, get back up, it's fine. Love it. Nah, I haven't done this in so long, bro. You can tell when I've not been playing GTA like for this. Like I've been doing parkours, but I've not been doing the rest of GTA stuff. So it's really, you can tell because I forget the button prompts and the muscle memory for the interaction menu. But all right, this one. Where's this one again? Oh yeah, it's over there. Cool. We could probably still make it even without restarting, but I want to get those extra few seconds. This will help pay back some of the vehicle that I'm going to be buying or have bought even. Alright, so it seems to be this Halloween that they're doing a good event. They've taken in all the stuff they did last year and they're redoing it. That's good. No, not like just going to waste. But they also added some new things, which is cool. Yeah, hopefully, guys. But yeah, I'm glad that they're not just kind of not bothering any. You know, I'm glad they've actually been adding to it. I'm hoping they'll start doing things, actually interesting things for Christmas as well, because Christmas stuff has been really lackluster for a few years now, and I'd like for them to actually, you know, do something with it. I'd love if they had like a Santa flying around or something. Even just stick him on press a Mark II and have him fly around. That would be hilarious. Yeah, like a naughty Santa killing people would be hilarious. Like having a fucking Santa that flies around blowing up naughty boys and girls, that would be hilarious. Like maybe if you're someone who goes, if you kill someone, naughty Santa will come and fuck you up. That would be great. I'd actually rate that a lot. That'd be great. No, I'd love that. I hate GTA Online players. One of the reasons I don't play GTA Online as much is the player base is shit. Fuck. The average player of GTA Online is either a child, either physically or mentally. One of two. Either they're physically a child, in which case I can forgive them for being a little twat. But the worst is when they're adults, you know, adult men and women, primarily men, who think it's acceptable to fuck around and screw people over for no reason, yeah. So. And let's go. Is it? Yeah, I like to think of GTA being for that. Yeah, other people were in it. Oh yeah, let's go. It's just some speed, baby. Yes, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now we're back to normal. This bike is not very good for speed boosting. You're Joe, what are you saying, bro? Oh, I hit the stupid valve thing. No, get on the bike. That might cost us. That might cost us everything. Bicycle one. Yeah. Just chilling, sort out spots. It's randomly reset itself. What? How has it managed to do that? I guess that's the question you're trying to figure out, but... How the fuck has it done that? I think we'll make it. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was easy. Even when we fucked it up. We've already made back 300 grand of my $1.4 million purchase. Plus, we'll go stop off at some of my old businesses, get some money. You know, life will be easy.
Yeah, sure, fine.
You turned on a minute ago and it's giving me you all the introduction stuff. Oh, really? That's mad. I wonder if it's deleted all your shit. I imagine you load it up and imagine you get like past everything and all your games and stuff have been deleted. You sure someone's not been on it? Like wiped everything? Hiding their crimes. Oh my days, we won a vehicle, yay! What vehicle is it? Oh, it's that shit, the Futo GTX? Oh, that's garbage, bro. Another shit car that I can't do anything with. That's a ugly ass car too. I love how you say, oh, that's why I'm not even gonna bother trying to cheat it. Oh, what a difficult thing it would be having to cheat it. Oh, no, that's not opened. There we go. Yay, 25 grand. I've made myself rich again. Don't even say that. Nah, like legit though, Joe. Imagine if it is. Imagine that's what's happened. Remember that time when your brother, was it your brother who spent money on your, who bought cars and stuff on your account? I think it wasn't it. On your GTA. Imagine the same thing's happening again. History's repeated. Nah, it's probably just a bug to be fair, but still. It does make you worry, I think. That's why, even though I don't have anyone who would come on my PlayStation, I still have a pin on it now. That way, if anyone does manage to get on my PlayStation, let's say someone steals my PlayStation, at least they won't be able to do anything on it. Yeah, that was it, Yeah, that was crazy, honestly. I'd be so upset if I lost, if someone said spend all my shit. That'd be so annoying. What the fuck was that guy doing? Bro, what was that turn? Bro turned in like mad. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I got killed. Alright, let's go do the final time trial. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, let's go do the final. No, wait, there's 2 more time trials. I forgot. Yeah, there's 2 more time trials. I got to do that one. And then where's the other one at? Where are you? Oh, it's this one. Easy. You finished in church and it logged you in and everything. Huh. It must. I don't know, Joe. Maybe they did like a. Maybe it was just like a random little bug, or maybe Microsoft is like, you know, like sometimes they push. Like they do that with Windows a lot. With Windows 10 and 11, they'll like when you log in, when you switch it on, it'll be like, please finish setup, even though I finished setup years ago. And it's trying to get me to like reactivate the same settings. They always try to get me to reactivate like settings that benefit them by giving them more data, and I'm like, nope. You bastards, you're not getting anything from me. You hate when that happens and you hit with one time and you die. Yeah, it's annoying. I hate that too. Sometimes it just feels like it accelerates you for no reason. Like you'll tap a car and then your character accelerates. I know it's the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2, where if you hit like another person's horse, everything kind of slows down for a sec, but your character like, accelerates. So it's like a more impactful hit. It's probably because they reduced the ragdoll on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, and they probably wanted to compensate for that by making it so that when you hit things, you have more of a higher acceleration and make it look more intense. I'm like, just increase the ragdoll again, like you did with GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 1. It was better. Both those games were better. Alright. Turn up the way. I've not done this one in ages, bro. This one's sketchy, man. I don't like this one. Alright, oh god. Jesus Christ, the way it bounces for no reason. Just drive over it smoothly. Round. Now, this is the bit that can really screw you if you do it wrong. Oh. Alright. I'm getting better at it, apparently, because I remember I used to... Fuck you! I used to barely, made that. Now I'm doing it with, what, 11 seconds remaining? That's crazy. Also, when you cross a road, look left and right, because that can happen. It's bad. It's not good to get hit by a car. It hurts. Alright, well, we're going up north now. To the last time trial. Oh, that was a bad hit. Wow, I killed the guy. So I got the bonus. I got the rampage ability activated. That's crazy. Huh. I didn't even know you could kill people inside cars with the hatchet like that. That's crazy. Alright, well, learn something new every day. I've been playing this game for 10 years now, literally. And I can say that now because it has actually been over 10 years. And, yeah, I never knew that. And not that you could for a long time. It wasn't introduced until the MC DLC that you could hit people with items like this, but that's cool. I guess it has to be a open top car, right? That's hard though, man. Oh my days, alright. Things are getting a bit crazy, oh boy. Woo! Things are getting a bit crazy. Oh, I think Gaz's phone is low on power. No, Gaz. What's the percentage? Now, what's this? Where does this one go again? I wish they wouldn't just say destination. They would say where it go. Okay, it's here. So again, down here, and then this way. That's my issue with this game, is that you need the map all the time. I remember in Red Dead Redemption 2, they said if you turn off the map, it will tell you like where to go, like, and you can follow the signs in the game. But even then, online, it never did. Like on single player, it worked that well. But on online, it really sucked because it went back to having the whole go to this destination, and it's like, well, what does that bloody mean? Like, tell me where. Like, it's not hard to write the name of the destination so you can kind of have an idea. You're a Spade, what are you saying, bro? Oh, that car didn't indicate. I knew it was going to turn, though. I could just tell. Usually when cars come up to that turn, they're going to turn. No indicator. Dickhead. Fuck you, bastard. Whew. That's always a bit sketch. Alright, this is a sketchy space too, because all it takes is what that guy there. Oh, you dickhead, man! You fucking arsehole. Use an indicator. What a dickhead. I hate these people, man. They can't use indicators. I don't know if they're trying to design it off Americans and they're saying that Americans are too dumb to use indicators, or if they're just, you know, not able to program indicators properly. I don't know. With Rockstar, you never know. Because I could see that being a whole point of them mocking Americans being too dumb to use indicators, but at the same time, it's hard to know. So, I don't know. Oh well, that's 480,000 I've earned thus far today. I think it's coming up to ghost time, is it? Really, guys? Oh, cool, man, cool. I'll just use a map. Someone will have a map, and I will use that. Ah, here we go. Someone already found it. Someone's already made it. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Lovely fucking jubbly. It's too late already. I won't be able to make it, but whatever. Um, 8 o'clock is the first one, and it's not available now. Really? But anyway, yeah, Spade, I can't remember if I answered you, Spade, but yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? I was kind of preoccupied with what I was doing. Do I really want to do these? That's the question. Do I really want to do them? Yeah, I probably should, to be fair. Alright, what time is it in the game? 10 o'clock, so I'll have to start with another one. It doesn't seem to matter which one you do first, you just have to do them again later. I mean, it would be physically impossible to do it in one night, because the last one that you can, the other one that you can only do once all the others have been done, literally spawns at 12 AM. So you literally wouldn't be able to do it in one night. You'd have to do it over 2 or 3 nights anyway, so yeah, it seems fine. Alright. Are you? Very good. Really? Cool. Will I even make this? Probably won't actually, looking at it now. Oof. Fuck. Come on, a little bit faster, you stupid bitch. Faster. Faster. Alright. I'm in the right spot. It's over here. Apparently it's around here. Bro. I think. Nah, that's not. That's definitely not. Don't worry, guys. Guys, you'll probably just make it more confusing because you do things in a really weird way. So it'd probably be best not to play around with that. You've never been the best with keeping track of things. And that's why I'm not watching the video, because you've watched many videos that you've then lost your way on. No, I've not. Hello. That's the first for me. Where's the next one gonna spawn? Alright. Alright, so the fifth one chronologically won't spawn because I need to do the other 9 first, so that one I'll have to leave. So the next one is number 6, which is all the way down here. Oh, this is certainly something. I do appreciate Rockstar doing these, but the problem with Rockstar is they do this every time when they do one of these events. They don't make it possible to find what you're looking for without like a map or some like everyone just has to look. And if you're doing it purely on your own with no help from the internet, you'd be looking for fucking ages because there's no like a little indication like a sound effect or something else that would indicate that it's, you know, in this location or not. A church bell. I didn't hear fuck all, so this is the problem with this. They need to make it so that there's more ways to find these, like some sort of little kind of like a ghost hunter machine that kind of, you know, indicates a general direction. Maybe the vibration of the controller gets stronger if you're going the right way, kind of thing. That would be a lot more interesting, especially with the PS5 version, because the controller has way better haptics than the Xbox version. It would make sense for the PS5 version to have a vibration if you're going towards it. No, guys, Dean's not online. So that'd be nice, but obviously they don't think it like that. Saying that, it was a lot more fun doing these kind of events when I had people to play with, like Rebecca, because Rebecca, I remember me, Rebecca, Yassine, and Dean going around looking for these fucking collectibles back in the day. It was so much fun. I'm not the same anymore. I feel bad for Rebecca as well, because she wanted to play Spider-Man today, or today, and she couldn't because she fell asleep. She's just busy, guys. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Apparently it's like somewhere of it. Oh, hello. Wait, does it not? Oh, no, it's a spawn in. Alright. Thought only spawning through the camera. Hello, there, you're an ugly bastard, aren't you? Yeah, they are. You. Hmm. This one's interesting. But yeah, it sucks because like I used to enjoy doing these things, but unfortunately Rebecca is quite busy these days, and even when she gets on, she falls asleep. So she was going to play Spider-Man. She wants to finish the DLC off before Spider-Man 2 comes out. She's actually going to buy Spider-Man 2 straight away, apparently, which is I was kind of shocked about. I didn't think she'd be willing to pay 50, 60 pounds straight up, but she really wants to play it, so... Alright, guys. Fair enough. So yeah, she doesn't want to really spend all that, so, no, she doesn't mind spending it this time, so we're gonna probably... Well, she says she wants to finish the Spider-Man DLC, so... She's done Miles, but she's not done Spider-Man, the DLC for it, so I said to her she probably should do it, because there's a kind of a big story point that will be quite prominent in Spider-Man 2, I imagine. So if she hadn't done that, she's gonna have a hard time maybe understanding why certain things happened. But, yeah. You were hoping the new car had a taxi livery to use with the, taxi work. Nah. You're expecting too much from Rockstar. Remember, Rockstar's just an indie dev. They don't have the money to, do that. Yeah. More better. Hmm. Yeah, I get what you mean, guys. This one's gonna be hard to make. I think some people were... Yeah, I think some people were really upset that they didn't do the lights for the new car as well, but... I mean, like I said... I don't know, I don't know, I feel like expecting anything big from Rockstar these days is kind of a big ask. Like, at this point in time, I'd be surprised if they ever did do anything big again on GTA Online. They haven't said what the next, when the next DLC is going to be out, did they? So, or what it will be. So it might not be anything good. I think it will be good, but I mean, I don't have like a lot of expectations anymore. I think I lost any expectations years ago with Rockstar. Hey Wes, what's up? Oh, this is probably why I don't hear the sound, because you have to have music on, and I've got music turned off. That's probably why I can't hear where these things are. That's funny. Yeah, I see. Alright, that's 4 out of 10. Fair enough, guys. Yeah, how you doing, West? Oh, yeah, it's very nice, guys. I need to get back down to the other one now. Ned Luke is gonna do a madness, is he? To be fair, I've been hearing from him a lot more. Like, you know, I've been hearing he's been on like social media a lot more recently, hasn't he? Like, he's been saying stuff. So he probably is doing. He's probably doing something. He's been quite active, more active than usual. Oh, fuck you, tree. I don't know if I'll make this one. This one's a bit tight. You've been playing Need for Speed 2 Underground, or Need for Speed Underground 2 again. There's a mod for it. Is there really a new mod? Fuck me, there's no way I'm gonna make it there in time. Dickhead, fam. Maybe. Maybe I will. I mean, maybe actually. Yeah. We might have it. We might make it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know whether you made that one, guys. Hello there. I see you. Oh, that's a nice one actually, because he's on like he's on a waterfall and shit. That looks great actually. It's a lovely one. 10 out of 10. But yeah, anyway, I hope you're enjoying the online mod. That's cool that there's people still supporting games like that, old games that... It's always the community that supports them, isn't it? You know? Without the community, a lot of these games would be so shit. I don't know whether you're going to get the last few done tonight, guys. You're going to be waiting another 48 minutes now. Well, this one, well, the one you're going to, it's already over, guys, or we'll be in like 3 seconds. It's the next one now. And the problem is, guys, you have to wait 48 minutes to do the next lot anyway. Yeah, because nighttime, the time in this game is 48 minutes per day, so you're gonna be waiting 48 minutes before the next one. So yeah, you're gonna be waiting until pretty much an hour. Try for the best. Wait, where the hell is this guy at? Oh, do they spawn? Oh, wait. Oh god. I was right next to it and I didn't even see it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, there you go. So that's 6. So I gotta do 4 more. So yeah, I probably will, guys. I should be. Days gotta be longer in GTA 6. Oh, they're already really long right now. 48 minutes is almost an hour. That's, well, you know, like a whole day is crazy. Yeah, they might do. Yeah, they might do, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't think people will be that affected by it. Yeah, the oppressor was taken by a train. Damn, it took it a long way, didn't it? Oh, well, I'm kind of stuck now for another 14 minutes, another hour. So I guess I gotta do something. I could do some parkour, but I don't want to do something that's gonna take me more than 48 minutes, you know? I gotta find like an easy parkour. if I'm still doing it for, I mean, I guess I could do some other things. I do need to do some other things anyway, right? So I guess I could do those. I did all the time trials, so. Yeah. I kind of want to load up the editor and have a look at the new, what's it called? The new props. I did my casino spin, yeah. Yeah, I might do that. I might load up the creator, sorry, and see if I can have a look at the props, but do that. I might do that after. We'll see. I guess I could sell some stuff. I mean, I have got shit I need to sell, right? I haven't done a selling night in a while, right? So I could do some selling. Yeah, that might be the one. That might be the shout. I gotta do that fucking career mode thing with the, you know how they've nerfed the fucking Cayo Perico? I've got to do that now. Oh, I should have done it before they nerfed it. Damn it, man. If only I'd known they were going to nerf it, I would have grinded the fuck out of that before. Just to get it done. Just to get that stupid 50 million out of the way. They should nerf the requirement. Bastards, wait. I've only got 3 million out of 50, man. That's so long. That's so long. Maybe, guys. I'll be honest, I don't really care about the yacht ones. Guys, I think regardless, you're gonna struggle with them, regardless if I'm there or not.
How you doing, sugar? Get your wax on. We're hitting the beach.
50 runs and you should be done. It depends though, because with some of the some of it now, like you'd be barely getting 1 million. That's long, man. I don't want to be doing 50 runs of it. 50 runs of Cayo Perico is like 50 years of torture. Fuck that heist. Deadest heist they've ever added. Don't at me. When people say to me, oh, I love Cayo Perico, it's the best heist that Rockstar's ever added, I'm like, are you fucked? Are you fucked? Like, no offense, but are you fucked? Like, how can anyone say Cayo Perico is the best heist? It's dead. Like, I understand the concept is great. Don't get me wrong. The concept is fantastic. Like, the whole, you know, there's 6 different entrances, there's different ways to leave, you know, there's different approaches you can go and get your, you know, clothing on before you go in if you want to go in like that. But it's like, there is literally no benefit from doing it any other way other than just going in stealth. Either swimming in with your swim gear on and leaving like that, or going around getting the loot first from the boat and then going in. Either way, that's the best way to do it. It doesn't... There's literally no other reason to do it loud. There's no reason to do it, you know, by getting the clothing. You know, like, I get they were trying to make it probably more like Hitman, you know, where you can go around, you can get clothing, or more open world, but it's... They didn't execute any of it. Which, I don't know whether I blame them for that. It might be... I mean, it might be the fact that the game is old as fuck now, but... Jesus, man, like, when people say to me, oh yeah, Cayo Perico is the best heist, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. Casino, yeah, Casino is way, way better. Casino is probably the best implementation they had of that kind of more open-ended gameplay. But the Pacific Standard was really good because of the fact that you had the OG heists and the Doomsday heists are really good because you can use your own weapons, and in a lot of them you can use like personal vehicles to some extent. And you could then use really interesting, you know, vehicles. I love being able to bring out the Vigilante in like the OG heists and finding a way to, you know, do it easier like that. Things like that, I love that. Whereas like for being so open, it's really not, because you're like Cayo Perico, you're restricted to certain weapons, certain vehicles. So for being such an open-ended heist, you're really not that free. You're really restricting what you can do and how you do it. Like, if you want to rock up on Cayo Perico with the F-35 knockoff and start laying down hell on El Rubio, then you should be allowed to. You know, if you want to rock up with that big-ass bomber and just bomb the fuck out of El Rubio's mansion, you should be allowed to. So there's things like that that annoy me that, you know, they say, oh, it's such an open and free heist, but it's really not. Maybe the first few times you do it, but I think once you've done it maybe 10 or 15 times, it should unlock an advanced mode, which basically says, yeah, go ham, do what you want. You're on 7, are you? Very good, Gaz. Yep, 3 more. Yep, see you then, Gaz. Probably earlier. Speak to you then. Bye. Gaz always makes me laugh, man. Bro's been following a video to do this, you know, these, like, ghost things. And it's taken him, like, all night to do 7. Whereas I came on, and I've done, what, 6 in the first, like, night. And I could have done a little bit more, it's just that I was kind of sitting around, kind of just not really dedicated to it at first. I was just chilling, and when I noticed it was 8 o'clock. Otherwise, I would have probably done 9 of them, because the 10th one, you can't do the 10th one in the same night. It looks like the 10th one is, like, actually 5th chronologically, so you would need to do the first... You'd have to do the 9, then go back and do the 10th one later, because it doesn't appear until after the other 9. So you could do it in 2 nights, easy peasy. Gaz has been doing it he's been on all night on GTA and he's still only done 7. Fuck's sake, Gaz, honestly. I've never met anyone like him, I really haven't. Bro's still doing the same thing, bro. Still. Alright, let's get some sales done, shall we? I need to do some maintenance. I've been parkouring all the time. I've not made any money, so I need to do some maintenance to get my money back up. I've been making, what, 27,000 a night? Most nights. I mean, that's not really a lot of money, is it? Not that I need money. I mean, I've got 1.2 billion. I mean, I literally don't need any money, but still, fucking hell, 1 million, yeah? Alright. Oh my days. Yeah, this place... How is that a 22 out of 20? How does that make sense? 22 out of 20. How does that make sense, Rockstar? You're gonna give me 22 when I've only got space for 20. You bastards. Alright, whatever. Let's just go. I'm not even gonna question it. Because if we question it, Rockstar's gonna rob me of it, right? I mean, that's inevitable. Don't question it, right? Alright, what are we doing? What's our delivery today? Just a single... Oh, is this just a straight simple delivery? 9 minutes. Yeah, it's a 10-minute one, so it's just a simple delivery. There's no fake outs, nothing. No stupid bullshit with the cargo bob. No stupid bullshit with with the fake out where the cops come after you. Just a good old-fashioned 10-minute drive down the road. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the way to live. Spade's gone AFK and left, as is tradition. Oh, this is just like the old days. This is literally just like year and a half ago. Classic streams during the end of the pandemic. Me doing a sale, Spade leaving. Ah. Brilliant. To be fair, the nightclub DLC is only good now with for me anyway, for the popularity side of things, because the popularity was shit when it came out. I remember how bad it was. You had to really grind out popularity, and you barely got any money for it. It was shit. Now, on the other hand, is actually good. When they increased the values and they made it so you could also just do a random thing when you go in there and you get like half the bar filled up. Like, fuck yeah, it's great now. You still did it when it was bad. Oh no, it was terrible. I couldn't imagine doing it. I remember doing it once and thinking to myself, this is dead. Like, I couldn't be bothered for such a small amount of money. But ever since they buffed it, it was actually pretty good. You had to, because Ballet Tony was your favorite. I suppose so. If you had a love for Ballet Tony, I suppose it did make sense to do anything that had that kind of gameplay to it. You know what's sad though is that both Nightclub and the Bikers DLCs were like not even a fraction as good as those games, and that's what really upsets me. Imagine if the Bikers DLC had been a lot closer to Lost and Damned, and imagine if the Nightclub DLC had been a lot closer to Ballet Tony with some crazy fucking shit going on as well, with some crazy missions with Yusuf to come back as well. They could have done some mad thing with those DLCs, and both of them were just the typical, here's a small piece of new content, go and repeat it 1,000 times, you know what I mean? Like that's what really annoys me with GTA Online DLC, is that they could be doing amazing single-player style DLCs, and they have come close with some of their stuff. Like, to be fair, like Casino is pretty good. Contract was really single-player-esque, although I did get a bit bored of some of the parts of it, but it was good. I just don't care to repeat it, but it was good. Kaya Pariko had some good moments, but again, like they sometimes get a good like idea of what to do, but then they just don't do as much as they could. Yeah, like you're saying then, there's not even club management, there's no drinking games, like that stuff, that's all stuff they could have done, and they could have made the dancing more than just, oh, let's go and do some basic dancing. They could have made a mini game out of it. They could have had like special stats that you unlock from dancing, maybe like a dancing stat that you get better over time, that could improve other things in the game. I don't know, like just stuff that makes the game more, makes like everything in this game you do, it feels so flat. You do it, it doesn't change anything to the game. It's all individual. It doesn't change anything. You do a DLC, you don't learn a new skill. Like, I think that having a DLC where you do Simeon stuff, you do like cars, like import-export. If import-export had a proper story to it, and at the end of it you unlock the ability to shift the doors open, like Franklin does with that little thing he shoves into the door and opens it, that could have been a really cool little thing to have that kind of says, okay, you finished that DLC. Congratulations, you've done this DLC. Thanks for playing. But they never do that shit. I guess the only time they really ever did was when they gave... one of the favorite things that they did was when Doomsday, when you finished that, it gave you Escape Cops for free, which was really cool. But they never do anything like that with other DLCs. There's no like nothing that you do really kind of like. What's the point of playing one of the lesser interesting DLCs? There's none. If you had all these extra things and these unlockables and shit that would actually, not just cosmetic, but actually gave you an improvement, it would be a reason to actually go and play those DLCs. And if they had proper stories and proper, I hope with every DLC on GTA 6 they have a story, they have a, mini games, many things that they add to it. It's not much to ask, but Rockstar doesn't seem to care. They don't try to make the world feel more alive. They just add these like very generic, very flat DLCs that just touch upon what they could be. Whereas when they did the DLCs on GTA 4 and the Red Dead Redemption, like we saw Undead Nightmare, look how Undead Nightmare changed Red Dead. Like it felt like a completely different game at times. And, Ballet, Tony Lost and Damned, although they were both GTA 4, we all played GTA 4, Nico Bellic, the dark underworld of GTA 4 of Liberty City. But then when you go and play Lost and Damned, it feels like, although it's the same city, you're getting a view of the city that you didn't get in normal GTA 4. You saw it from a different angle. And it was really, they come up with some really cool mechanics. The whole, the whole biking thing where you can drive with the bike because you can knock people off with the bats and stuff. They did add that to GTA 5, thank the Lord, but I mean, Jesus, man. They really did a lot in those DLCs that really made the games feel different. Ballet Tony felt so different from GTA 4 as well. A complete different world. And they added parachuting to it, which was something that GTA 4 didn't have. Like, I was amazed when they added parachute to that game. I was like, damn. I mean, obviously, we all wanted planes as well. I'm sure a lot of us wanted planes, but man, parachutes were such a big thing in that game after having GTA 4 where you couldn't parachute. And then, yeah, with this game, they don't bother doing anything, really. Yeah, give other contacts good abilities. Lester did get all the good stuff, yeah. I think, to be fair, originally that was going to be the case. Remember these, like, early beta versions of GTA Online where, later on we found out that they were going to have, like, a proper gang wars. You would join the Lost, you would join, you either join the Lost, the Vargos, or the police. And I think that originally there was going to be different abilities. Obviously, you'd call up, in the Lost, you would call up a guy and he would do stuff. You'd call up a guy in the Vargos, he would do stuff. But then all that stuff kind of just got shoved into Leicester when they decided to scrap all that and go for the more unified approach to GTA Online, where you're just a generic guy who does everything, instead of having like individual. See, there's literally no point in having those multiple character features because you don't have any reason. Like, oh man, they could have done such a cool thing with GTA 5 with the different gangs and go in different directions and really make your character something unique and interesting. And they just completely scrapped all that and said, nope, you're just one generic guy. Everyone's GTA Online person is exactly the same. You're just a protagonist. You don't have any special abilities for doing this or that. You're all the exact same. And yeah, they all just shoved all the abilities into Leicester because they probably couldn't figure out who else to give it to. It just sucks, man. Yeah, GTA 6, they need to do more with the game. They need to... what I would like to see is, instead of just having it where you unlock everything and do everything, I would like to see it where you've got a progression system where you kind of go down like the progression tree and it unlocks not just like Red Dead's where it's Red Dead Online where it was just very bare bones where you just unlock every, because they did the same thing with Red Dead Online. They had these they had the roles, right? And I thought, okay, the roles are interesting. They're going to make it so that you can actually specialize. No, they didn't. They just made it so you play the roles and you unlock everything. And there's literally no trade-offs anywhere. You literally just unlock everything of every role. You play as a moonshiner, eventually you're going to unlock everything. You play as a trader, you unlock everything. You play as a bounty hunter, you unlock everything. There's no trade-off between being a good bounty hunter or a bad bounty hunter. Can you go into law enforcement, like more official law enforcement, like be an official, be like a sheriff where you actually have to follow the laws a little bit. You can't just go around like killing everyone. You actually have to try to follow the laws. That's kind of the trade-off from being more of a dark kind of bounty hunter who's kind of on the edge of the law. You might kind of take some flack from the police for doing things a certain way. They could have done all these really interesting trade-offs and kind of making it so you can really specialize your character and make it so you can play the way that you want, but also because in real life you don't just get to do everything you want. You still have to trade off things. If you take this job, you trade off this and that. If you do this activity, you trade off this and that. If you drive this car, you trade off this and that. Everything in the real world is a trade-off. You can't just do everything. And so GTA Online comes along and you can just do everything. It doesn't matter. I get it. They try. It's cool in a sense that they don't restrict you, so you can do whatever you want, But at the same time, it takes away the challenge. If you can do everything and anything all the time, anytime, well, where's the challenge? Where's the progression? You just kind of feel like, from when you start GTA Online to when you finish GTA Online, you're the exact same fucking guy. You're no different. You're no more exciting. You're just that same fucking guy from start to finish. You are just that guy. You don't have any differences. You have no improvements. The only thing you really get is you get a few of these strength, stealth, flying, but none of these things really affect it. Like, having a certain flying skill doesn't really affect anything. Having a driving skill doesn't really affect anything heist-wise or mission-wise. Like, having a certain strength doesn't change anything. You know, like, if you have to like pull up a barrier or something in a heist, maybe if you have a weak strength, you can't pull up and you got to like hack it instead, or you got to like blow it up, whereas if you're strong, you can rip it up, things like that. No, none of that exists. They just kind of say, fuck it, you're all just the same. And yeah, I can see they could definitely have been trying to avoid a meta, but like, I think you need to have that sometimes. You need to kind of have that risk, because look at like MMORPGs. You know, there's always going to be a meta, isn't there? Play a certain way, follow a certain, for a certain thing, and you're going to be better than if you didn't. But sometimes you need that kind of risk. Sometimes you want to play a certain way. Sometimes it's fun to, and I think there's a lot of people out there that do like role playing. We've seen it with role playing on GTA 5M. We've seen people love role playing, and I think that Rockstar definitely needs to look into that in GTA 6 to not necessarily go hardcore roleplay, but I would like to see them kind of go along the approach of more MMORPGs where... Because GTA is very much an MMO. It's very big, but it's not really an RPG. And that's what I hope they do. I hope they turn GTA into an MMORPG. I hope there's actually some level of, you know, having to think, and that way you can make another character and go a different route, so, you know, if you want. I don't mind it if you've been playing a very long time, if eventually you can go back and do some of the other things and get it, you know, like, I don't want to lock people out and say, okay, you can't unlock it. If you put 1,000 hours in, you can't unlock everything. But I want it to be that the progression is more established, and you have to actually, you know, you actually get some pros and cons for doing it a certain way, because at the moment it really isn't. Like, the only real, I mean, there's still a meta today. That's the thing as well, is that there's still a meta in this game. You know, like, when people ask me, how do you make money? I'm going to give you my opinion based upon what worked for me, and that's my meta. It worked well. And there's other people out there that have kind of established, you know, with the community, what you do first. You want to get, you know, every single person out there who knows how to make money does it a similar way now. You know, you have Cayo Perico, or used to be, you have like a heist you make the active money on, and then you have your businesses, the semi-passive businesses, which you buy supplies for, and then you sell them at the end of the, you know, once you've got some spare time. It's the same thing every time. You know, and it's no different. Like, that's, if you're going to make money, if you're starting a new character today, what I think it's quite obvious now that you're going to you're going to get the casino, not the casino, sorry, the bunker. Get the bunker. You get that. You upgrade that with your money that you get. You buy the cheapest car, the cheapest fucking guns, and then you basically just grind that out until you got enough money to then buy yourself the sub. And then you do this. You get that upgraded after you do Cayo Perico a few times. You get that upgraded. You get the Sparrow, and then it just speeds up and up and up and up. It becomes more and more meta. So that's the meta right there, and it's no different. It's just that it's not really, you know, it's just that there's no like established roots really. I think that's the issue. You're always gonna find, everyone's gonna find a meta, right? Like, that happens in it happens even in non-competitive single player games. People find a meta always. People just have obsessions with becoming, like, we're trying to make things optimized as fuck. Also, what the fuck is that? Why does that keep spawning in and out? Crates was never meta, but people enjoy that route. See, that's the thing. I can't stand crates myself. I find crates really boring. But see, I like that. See, that's what I think would be really cool, and I do think that they did definitely try to introduce that a little bit with the career builder, where you can pick if you want to do crates, if you want to do bunker or something else. You know, I do think that's really cool that they did that. It creates like a path for you, but there definitely needs to be more. And I want it to be that you can't just buy everything day one when there's an update, because when the problem with GTA Online now is that when a new update comes out, I can just buy everything. You know, I buy it, it's done. Whereas what I would love is if there was some sort of tech tree or skill tree or something where you need to level up and go through. Like, you shouldn't just be able to get the highest level bunker or the highest level thing straight away. It makes no sense. You should have to work on it and improve it. And they kind of did that a little bit with the cocaine, not the cocaine, sorry, the The thing that the meth lab, that was it. The meth, no, not the meth lab. Is it the meth lab? You know, the one that they released in the stupid drug DLC that was shit. I think was it the meth lab? You couldn't get the upgrade unless if you I think you had to sell, like you had to, was it sell 10 times or do 10 missions? I can't remember. It was something you had to do. And I thought it was cool that they locked it behind that to kind of make it so you couldn't just get it. You know, the acid lab, that's it. Yeah, yes, the acid lab, that's the one. You can tell how many fucks I give about all this stuff now. I just think it's I think that this game is just full of the most copy and pasted shit at this point. Every business is a carbon copy of itself. Some slight changes here and then. It just bores the fuck out of me. And this is what I'm trying to say, is that businesses need to be more unique. Businesses need to be more, there needs to be more the ways to kind of go through them and improve them and find a way that works for you. Like, yeah, there'll be a meta, but like maybe one way makes more money for you based upon your gameplay than how it works for others. So you could upgrade them in a certain way that revolves around you. If you're someone who likes doing active stuff, you like to be actively doing stuff, you could build your businesses around more of an active kind of gameplay where you have to come and collect stuff and sell stuff. Maybe more, more risk, more gain. But then there's people like me who are just too lazy. I don't care. Like crates, I hate crates because I do not like doing the same repetitive thing over and over and over again and then having to sell it. And I hate all that shit. I hated that. And so it'd be cool if you could have the same, if there was like the crates businesses, but you could then change them to be more passive, where the crates come in, maybe you have some guys, they do stuff, you get less money from it, but it works more around people like me who want to do other things with my time, and then I just want to sell. If they made it so you could really customize your business to work how you wanted, but you couldn't just do it straight away, like you get the DLC and you just buy everything exactly what you want, you'd have to work on it, you'd have to kind of work through it, you'd have to, I don't know, just stuff like that would make it a lot more interesting to me. You actually have to, be involved in that business to upgrade it. Like, it makes no sense to me that you can be the best of the best from day one. It would be cool if you actually have to do that. Not just generic, like, oh, yeah, do these missions, done. But, like, actually having to do... Maybe each business should have its own XP system with its own, like, skill tree, whatever you want to call it, progression tree, and as you do more and more things, you have to like research different things, and then you can change how things work. You can having the ability to change like the chances of the police being able to find you as well. Instead of just buying a single upgrade that says, okay, the police are less likely to raid you, why can't you have things that change it so that you can reduce, maybe as trade-offs, like if you upgrade the business to make more money, it makes the police more likely to find it. So you have to trade off. Do you want to have a business that's more sustainable, smaller? It makes less money, but it also means the police are going to be a lot less likely to find it. Or you could really go crazy, have a mad fucking business, mad distribution, make a shit ton of money, but then the fucking FIB come after you. The fucking FIB are always on your ass, always coming after you. You always have to stay a step ahead. It means that for people that play like that, people who have who enjoy that risk, could play risky, and always be hunted down. Bounty hunters coming after them, shit like that. But then they make more money. Whereas other people like me would be more like, you know what? I don't want to deal with the police. I just want to have a more calmer, business. I'd also like to see AI coming after your business more, but again, depending on how you, having the ability to sell in different locations and, design your product to go, so, being able to market your product for different locations, like, would be interesting. Some product would make more sense in some locations than others. It would also be cool if they made it so that the game changes to stop meta, for example, forming. The game changes every week or something, every week or every 2 weeks. The meta changes, I suppose, where different things, different business, different gangs want different products. So you got to change your product to match it. It could be randomized between players, so players can't just go online and look up and coordinate it. It would actually, you'd have to kind of figure out what works for your individual play, for your individual world. They could do all sorts of things if they were willing to do it. That's the thing. Nothing that I said is impossible, even for an online game. It's hard. And so I'm not surprised they don't do it, but they should. Oh, fuck, I've almost missed this one. Bollocks! I missed it. Fuck you. Fuck you, bastard. I missed this one. Bollocks. Oh, why is the bike all the way over here? Stupid bike. Oh, we'll get the other ones. But yeah, that's my issue with the game, is just that they could do a lot more. They could really make the game more interesting. They need to make the online feel like a single player game, and it doesn't at the moment. The online feels how online games always do. Cut down versions of single player. We always know, we've always had that, where an online game almost always feels like a cut down version of a single player game. And the same is true for GTA Online, and I really hope with GTA 6 they can kind of blur it a lot more so that GTA Online is the same as, offline. It needs to be more blurred. It needs to feel like a single player game, but that's online. And I'm hoping that's something they can achieve with GTA 6. But at the moment, I don't know. Alright, so it's over here, right? They could definitely do it. It just depends on whether they want to. That's how I'm gonna sum it up, is that it depends on whether they want to do it. Do they want to put the time and effort in? I don't know. Oh, no wonder I didn't find the ghost the last time I did it. I was looking at the wrong place. But, I don't know. We'll see what they do. But I hope it's more of an... I hope that they go more of the direction of an MMORPG rather than just an MMO. I want to see skills as well. At the very least, I want to see our skills change. And things like, like having the ability to work our characters out, make them more fit or more fat. I always loved that in GTA San Andreas, how CJ, you could make him fit or fat, and they would have like benefits or cons to certain aspects. I mean, there was more pros, I feel, to being, thin than it was to be fat, but or to be muscular. Muscular was really good, but things like that could change how you play, and even things like being like fat should slow you down a lot. But you have more fats, you can burn. You don't become hungry as quickly, or you don't run out of your fat so quickly. I think it'd be cool if they had all sorts of things. Maybe clothes should be different costs as well. If you're really, really, fat, maybe clothes should be more expensive. I don't know. They don't typically are. They're not typically like that in real life still. But I don't know. I think they could come up with some interesting ideas for thin and fat, muscular and all that. Oh yeah, I genuinely want GTA 6 to have... See, this is what I'm trying to... This is what I've got to say about GTA 6's progression. I want GTA 6's progression to be slower than GTA Online's progression. But I want it to not necessarily be grindy. Because the problem I have with GTA Online when it first came out, it was needlessly grindy, like way too grindy. But I do think that it's kind of gone the other way now, where GTA is so easy to make money now. It's ridiculously easy to make money. And so I really hope with GTA 6 they find a balance between making it so you got to work for it, and it takes a bit of time to build up, but also offering more ways to make money so that it's not grindy and boring. And all the ways to make money should have some element of a benefit to it. The problem with some of the things in GTA 5's online is that it doesn't make you as much money, and so why would people do it? Everyone's going to do the thing that makes the most money, right? Well, this is why they need to come up with things that give you bonuses or give you more, that give you a reason to do something else. If you do something that makes you less money, there needs to be some other bonus for that thing that gives you a reason to do it. Even if it doesn't make you as much money early on, there needs to be something that gives you a bonus. And that's why I think having more skills, that's why I think having progression trees and stuff would help, because then it would mean that instead of just playing for money, people would have to play things that may not make as much money, but it makes them more progression XP, or it makes them so they can progress in another way that then helps them out in the future with making money. Stuff like that. There needs to be incentives to do stuff that isn't just making the most money, and at the moment there really is no incentive. There is literally no incentive at the moment to do anything that isn't the best way to make money. That's why people complained about Cayo Perico being nerfed, because all these people see is, okay, it doesn't, that's the most efficient way to make money quickly. Now that it's been nerfed, what's the point? And it should never be about that. It should never be about what makes the most money the quickest. It should be, there needs to be more of an incentive to do things that may not make the most money, or may not be as worthwhile now. I just, it's a difficult thing, but there needs to be more. There needs to be more to justify playing a different way, and at the moment of GTA Online, there really isn't. It's literally all about money. It really is. It's hard to fix though, because we've seen it with Payday 3. They changed the progression system in Payday 3, because on Payday 2 everyone would just do like the heist that would make the most money or the most XP, and they would just repeat the same heist over and over again because it made a shit ton of XP or a shit ton of money. So they changed the progression system in Payday 3 to be challenge based, so you gotta like finish challenges like kill 30 bulldozers or get 100 kills, or you know, complete 100 heists of a certain type on a certain difficulty or stuff like that, or complete a certain tutorial or whatever, and then you get XP, you get the infamy points that level you up. And that was an interesting approach, and I understand why they went that direction, but at the same time it's actually made it worse. And now the game just feels like, well, what's the fucking point? So it's hard. You gotta think of all the different things. But the thing is, I think people are craving that because we see it with roleplay. Even when there's no established mechanics for it, people will make roleplays in PS4 lobbies. Like, there's no mechanics for it, but people will make little role plays because I think a lot of people like the idea of having a game which is more kind of roleplay-esque than just what it is at the moment. And I think there is a lot that could be done there. I really do. You know, you can still have fun like that. Like me and Rebecca, we played that Star Wars game, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that's a big MMORPG, and for all its faults, it's a lot of fun. Like, me and Rebecca went for different approaches. I went for a Jedi... I think I went for a Jedi... Oh, what did I go for? I went for... Fuck, I can't remember. Let me have a look. It's been a long time since we did it. We just haven't got time to play it. But I like as well that there's different classes and then there's like subclasses as well, which was cool. I went for a Jedi Knight and she went for a Jedi Consular. But I also like that you could play as a trooper or a smuggler, and then you could all team up together and do your own, you know, do the stories together, and then you'd have your own unique missions. And then you could help on their unique mission, and that's something I thought was really cool. Like, they would have missions that you wouldn't have, and you'd have missions that they wouldn't have, and then you could help them out with their mission even if you didn't really do anything for you. But also that there would then be certain like flavors of missions. Like if you'd have the same mission, but it would be different if you were one class or the other. And I thought that was also really cool. Kind of like, you know, you got different rewards for being a different class, or different like kind of story based upon that. There's a lot of things that Rockstar could really do with that, and they just, you know, I think there's a lot they could do. They could, and it doesn't mean they have to get rid of the freedom of doing anything you want. They could still have that, but just kind of have it more tied to progression. But you could still have that, you know, freedom at the end of the day. Like, they don't have to get rid of it entirely. You know, it doesn't have to be as locked down as, say, Star Wars or another MMORPG is. It could be a lot more open, but just when you're working your way up, there should be more of a progression system and more of something that kind of leads you a certain way, and then the trade-offs and all that. And then at the end of the game, once you play for 1,000 hours, sure, if you want to go back and do everything else, be my guest. I think there's a lot of games out there that do that, aren't there? Like games where you start off, you have to pick something that, you know, to play a certain way, and then once you get past a certain point, you can just go back and do everything you want. But I think that's probably the best way of doing it. Having a certain system where you gotta, like, you know, work, and you can, and even then, even if you go back and do another way, you'd still have to work through the progression of that. Like, you could be an expert fucking meth dealer, and then you'd have to go back to scratch if you wanted to shift into selling acid or something, or going into like guns or something. You know, just because you're an expert fucking meth dealer doesn't mean you'd be an expert gun smuggler or something. So you'd have to kind of work your way back up. Even if you were like the top of the top, rich motherfucker, billionaire, you would still have to, you know, gain the expertise and the connections. But no, at the moment it's just, hey, here's the most generic DLCs with the most generic things possible. And that's it. Like, every fucking MC business feels like a carbon copy, which, because they are. And in Acid Lab genuinely feels like an MC business that wasn't finished. If someone said to me that Acid Lab was an unfinished MC business, I would believe it. 100% I'd believe it. Yeah, I'm hoping Rockstar brings the A game for GTA 6's online. This is when they announce, we're not doing a GTA 6 online, guys. We're just continuing GTA Online separately. That'd be fucking hilarious. That would enrage people. That'd be the funniest thing on Twitter. Man, I'd go on Twitter. Everyone would be fucking angry. Everyone in the world would be mad. It'd be amazing. Twitter shuts down. Goes down. Elon Musk is panicking. Can't get it back up. Everyone's so angry at Rockstar, it shuts down Twitter. Gorgeous. But no, I have faith. I have faith. I think Rockstar will have... I definitely think Rockstar will have learned, but... It's just hard to have faith, you know, when you've been waiting 10 years for the next GTA. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. We're in the middle of October, by the way. Still no announcement for GTA 6. I'm still saying it. I'm still calling it. End of October, early November for an announcement. 100%. I still call it. I'm still calling it. End of October, early November announcement with the trailer coming a week or so later. I genuinely believe that's going to be the case. Maybe not so much October now, because Rockstar's going to be busy kind of promoting the Halloween stuff. But then again, they've been pushing the Halloween stuff quite early this year, I feel. Like, they've really been pushing out quite early, whereas, you know, I swear usually they would wait until much closer to Halloween. So maybe they're kind of freeing up their little slot a little bit so they can get a GTA 6 announcement out. But you think that you're worried it's going to be a 2025 release? I can see why, because their previous release dates have been like that, haven't they? Where they announce it in 1 year and then they announce it for the year after, then it gets delayed and then it comes out the year later. They did that for like Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5. I think they did that for some of the other ones too. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. This time, I don't know. They might know that they're running out of time. I think this time they might be a little bit more reserved. See, the thing is, I feel like with GTA 6, they're announcing it much later than they would usually announce a game from Rockstar. You know, we've seen from the leaks that it's all, and those were already like a year or two old at that point. We've already seen the leaks are quite, you know, the game looks good. I honestly, I feel like maybe this time around Rockstar is going to actually manage to hit their 1 year release target because they're waiting a little bit longer to announce it than usual. Oh, that was a nice snipe. But then again, I might be talking out my ass there, so we'll see. We'll see. If they do stick to the year, then great. Great, then, you know, then everyone here can sub to me, you know, tier 3 sub and all that, you know. As if I would have tier 3 subs and all that. As if I would even accept subs, but still. You know, the point still remains. You know, like other streamers say that, like, oh, if it stays like that, you can buy me a sub kind of thing. You can say that you bought me a sub. There you go. That's if they stick to the 2024 release date, like I think they will, then you can say, hey, I bought you a sub, you know you didn't. Fuck's sake. This guy's a dickhead, man. Look at him. He's like taking the bullshit fucking route. I have a feeling, alright? I have a feeling. And that the feeling tells me that that's what's gonna happen. Trust me. Trust me, alright? Have faith in me, alright? Have faith in the plan. We stick to the plan. Have faith. If it comes out in 2025, we just pretend we never had this conversation and I didn't say 2024. That's the rules. If it comes out in 2024, then you can all buy me a fake sub. If it comes down 2025, we pretend that none of this conversation happened, and I said and I did not say 2024. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. It's as simple as that. If they do announce it at the end of October or early November and then do a trailer a week later, again, you know, everyone can say, you know, this guy, he's smart, he knows what he's talking about. If they don't do that, we just ignore it, and I make another prediction until it's right. Just like everyone on Twitter for like the last 3 years. The amount of people on Twitter who post like things like the GTA trailer's coming out next week, and they've done it like every week for like the last 3 years. It's ridiculous. No, it's actually mad. This is kind of related, but kind of not. I mean, then again, whenever do I actually... let's face it, everything I come up with is like partially related to what I'm already saying, and it's just a load of Anyway, point is, I went on Twitter, or X, or whatever the fuck it's called, and I went to, I found one of the people that I used to follow back in the day, bro. Oh my days. Part of the Rockstar community or whatever. Fuck me, man. These people are nuts. All I saw was just argument after argument, like mad arguments. And don't get me wrong, I used to enjoy a bit of an argument on Twitter, but bro, these people have been arguing non-stop for like the last 3 years. I stopped talking or following these people about 1.5 years ago when I stopped using Twitter like a lot. And they are still arguing with people from the Rockstar community 1.5 years later, like every day. Like this person made a new account, and that's why I was so surprised I found them, because their old account got banned. And they only made their account like literally 3 days ago, I think it was, and they've already got 300, 400 fucking tweets. It's ridiculous. I mean, how did people find the time to argue that much on Twitter? In today's world, like during the pandemic, sure, I can understand. Like the pandemic, you know, no one had anything better to do, sure. But it's not even like it's not lockdowns anymore. I mean, you know, we got normal stuff now. We got school or work or whatever the fuck, you know, skateboarding in Spade's situation. I mean, you know, who's got time to be on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called, going on and on and on about fighting over like this or that on the Rockstar community or GTA or whatever. Man, these people, Rockstar community people on Twitter, are the most weirdest people I've ever come across. They're like a proper little cult, some of them. There's these different cults, and they all have like their own cult of personality. There's one guy, he's got like a cat picture. Everyone like loves him, really sucks up to him. And then you got this other guy who everyone hates because he's a suck up to Rockstar. Like he'll say like he hates Rockstar and he thinks that Rockstar needs to do better, and then like literally a month later he's like sucking off Rockstar, saying thank you Rockstar for sending me the review code, I love this game, it's amazing. Like don't get me wrong, I can flip-flop on GTA and stuff, because it depends what I'm feeling like that month, but bro, like bro's flip-flopping every day. And people either hate him, like people really hate him, but he's really well followed, like loads of people follow him, but loads of people hate him as well. I don't know, it's really weird. I'm like, why are you following him if you hate him? I'm gonna die. Maybe not. Maybe not, alright. Oh, he's gonna ram me. Oh my days. Don't have to ram me like that, fuck me. Oh my, I knew it. No, legit though, this guy, mind you, I felt bad for him in the past because I think that it's quite hard when you got a lot of people. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand. It can be very hard when you've got, like, this guy's got hundreds, I think now, hundreds of thousands of followers. So you're going to have all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life, you know, and they're going to be critical in that. I get it. It can be very hard. Humans weren't meant to be criticized by hundreds of thousands of people. Let's face it, humans do best when they're in small little groups. That's always how humans are done, and when they go into... That's why I think a lot of people have anxiety with the internet. I don't know, I mean, I've never cared, but I know a lot of people do, and I can understand it can be quite stressful when everyone's, like, bandwagoning on you against what you say because you said something that everyone else didn't agree with. I get it. But bro is, like, constantly flip-flopping. Like, constantly. He wrote how he would you know, he's done with Rockstar, he's done with this, he's done with that. And then he deleted all his posts, and then he came, you know, he came back like literally a week later. He said, I'm not going to post about them anymore. Came back a week later, posted about them again. This time he's like in favor of them. Then he said something about how the trilogy edition looks like shit, and then he ended up saying how much he loved it, and then he ended up saying it was a shit thing. Like, bro, make your mind up. Like, this isn't like being critical of something whilst also still supporting it. Like, I can see why people didn't like the trilogy edition or the GTA trilogy definitive edition. I can understand why people didn't like that. I personally liked it. I was fine with it. I see the flaws, but I liked it. But there's no need to be saying one day it's the shittiest thing that you've seen, it's trash, and the next day saying it's like the best thing, and that, you know, Rockstar is really good for making it and really cares, and then the next day say it's shit again. You know what I mean? It's like make it, you know, pick it. Like, you know, be open and be like, yeah, okay, I can see why people hate it, but I like it. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that you personally like it, even if other people think it's shit, or even if you think objectively maybe it's not the best, but you can still like something. But bro's like going back and forth between takes, trying to play both sides. And now, and mind you, this is the guy, yeah? You remember that Save Red Dead Redemption thing that I talked about? Save Red Dead Online, where that person was calling for people to go and fucking like storm the Rockstar offices and stuff. He was the one that made that. He made that thing, and then later on started saying that he doesn't support it. Which I get, you know, sometimes things can change, especially as more of the extremist side like getting involved, but you know, it's people really didn't like him for that, because one minute he was like really backing it and next minute he didn't care anymore. I understand, he's young, you know, from what I understand he's maybe like 20. He was maybe about 18, 17 when he started his Twitter, like getting big. So he's young, you know, he's not obviously, you know, he's not used to having hundreds of thousands of people, you know, criticize. You're gonna get that. If you're someone who's got an outspoken view, you're gonna have people that criticize it for whatever reason. That's the truth. That's gonna be the truth. But I understand it's hard because he's young. But man, he's not doing himself any favors. And now this other person who used to back him, but then didn't back him, but now backed him, has now said that he's a snake because he didn't back him then. It's brilliant. This is like the most. It's like a soap. It's like a British soap. It's so dramatic. And how people are going back and forth like in a soap, how, you know, oh, you murdered my brother, I can never forgive you. And then like 3 episodes later they're like best of friends living together. It's like that. It's hilarious. I was reading through these posts. There's this other guy who's still a dick. Everyone, like, all, you know, people like him because he's a dick and they try to like dick ride him. He's still a dick. He's still there being an asshole. Nah, it's amazing. These people are legit still on there to this day, acting like it's the pandemic still. It's amazing. I genuinely don't know why anyone who's normal wants to go on Twitter. Like, then again, I guess I could just end the conversation there, right? You know, the subject there. Why would anyone normal want to go on Twitter? Exactly. Twitter is the absolute shittest place to go now. It is so bad. I mean, it was already bad, but fucking hell, it is bad now. It's so depressing on there now. Everything on there is pure depression. Don't get me wrong, I like to be pessimistic. You know me, I'm a fucking pessimistic motherfucker. I always like to be pessimistic. I find it fun, but my days, man. These people are depressing. Everything is like the end of the world to these people. One thing goes the way that they don't like it, it's the end of the world. It is bad, isn't it? Like, I genuinely think it has got way worse. I've heard some people say that they don't think it's much worse, but I don't know. I think it is way worse than it was. It used to be bad, but geez, like, yeah, it's... I think because the problem is a lot of the good people left. A lot of the normal... Oh my god, no, don't run me over. Don't run me over. A lot of the normal people left, which, to be fair, I don't blame them because, you know, who would want to be on that site anymore? But then what's happened is I had a feedback loop where the only people that stick around are the people that enjoy that kind of you know, they're addicted to that kind of shit, and they are then also pushing more shit, and it just gets worse. They show you people that, yeah, legit, they really push people on you. Even though I blocked Elon Musk, they still try pushing his stuff on me. I had to unblock him and block him again, because every so often he, like, gets through. I don't know how. He's, like, at the top all the time, especially if you've unblocked him, he's constantly at the top of your thing. I don't even like the guy. Like, why would I want to see his shit? Like, bro, I mean, bro has, like, the worst takes of all time. Elon just pushing our right stuff into everybody, motherfucking never knew. Yeah, legit, like, I love how 2 people said that. 2 different people said that at the same time, pretty much. That is that is exactly it. It's not just me that's noticed it then. Yeah, legit. It's terrible, and yeah, I hear some people say, no, it's not any worse than it used to be. What kind of shitty circles were these people in where they think it isn't any worse? Like, they must have already been in the worst circles for them to think it's no worse. Like, I always had some level of politics and stuff on there and, you know, all that shit, but now it's just constant, non-stop. Anything that bad happens in the world, and the thing is, I've noticed certain things he'll kind of that will be suppressed, whereas certain things will be more promoted. So something minor that annoys, like, someone who's a fan of Donald Trump, that will be everywhere. You know, anything anti-Donald Trump, anything that's like pissing off, you know, making people talk like Donald Trump stuff, it's everywhere. It's like huge. But anything like, you know, there's a murder or something, or there's been like a mass murder or something, nothing. You know, people, you know, big accident, nothing. Like, nothing at all. It's always the same shit. Always. I mean, it's obviously that he's just pushing it to get people riled up and more, but it's like, bro, come on. No one gives a fuck. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about fucking Donald Trump for the 17th time for today. I don't care about Donald Trump. You know? The only thing I want to hear on my Twitter account is if, you know, about Donald Trump is the day he gets put in prison. I don't want to hear about it any other time. But yeah, it's always on there. Always something about fucking Donald Trump. Bro doesn't even use Twitter. That's the funny thing. Bro doesn't even use Twitter. He was offered a chance to come back to Twitter and he said no. Like, why do people care that much? But it's obvious that they just inflate the numbers for certain things, you know, things that will get people on both sides riled up, you know. Left-wing people get riled up because they see Donald Trump. Right-wing people get riled up because they see Donald Trump being mistreated or whatever in their eyes. So everyone gets riled up. It's just like, well, fuck this. Like, come on, man. I don't want to see that shit. And something happens, like in a big accident, loads of people get killed. Nope. Don't see it. Public safety announcement? Nope. Don't see it. Earthquake happens? Nope. Don't hear anything. It's dead, man. It's a shame because, honestly, Twitter did fill a niche that I think that isn't really filled anymore, you know what I mean? You know, the situation is at the times they're... Oh, yeah, they started paying people. You know what was really funny? Elon pissed off some of his fanboys with that. Remember the fucking guy that Elon used to love, Cat Turd 2, whatever his name is. The most, like, that says a lot about your social media when someone called fucking Cat Turd is used in, like, in news articles and shit. Like, imagine being an old person born in the 40s or the 50s and hearing about a fucking guy called Cat Turd. Oh my, I mean, it's the most cringe thing. I mean, to be fair, Elon Musk is a man-child. I mean, he posted something today, I think it was, saying about, with like plotting a course from a place called Nice in France to a place called Meme, or however you pronounce it. Bro's like 50-something years old, and he's got the humor of a 12-year-old. I mean, oh my days, but... No, anyway, the point being that he pissed off this Cat Turd person because he didn't get accepted to get paid, and a lot of these like little buddies and little fanboys were getting annoyed because they weren't getting a lot of money or a lot of views and such. They weren't getting a lot of money and they weren't getting paid enough. And I'm like, bro, imagine being Elon Musk and like cozying up to these weirdos, and then they fucking hate you for it. Like, they hate you because you didn't do it right. You know, imagine someone like imagine sucking up to a guy, dick riding a guy called Cat Turd, just for him to turn around and say that you're an arsehole and that you don't that you're a terrible leader of the platform, like, and blocking, and then you getting blocked by them, like, or vice versa. I mean, just imagine being a 50-something-year-old man and caring of what someone called Cat Turd says about you on Twitter. I mean, it's just the guy is so fucking weird. Honestly, man. Oh my days, man. These people, honestly, I've never seen anything like it. It is a circus. It's not just it's the whole show now. It's not just one show. It's the whole thing. The whole circus is there. And I only stick around on Twitter now just purely because there's two reasons I stick to Twitter. One, I'm trying to block as many people as possible. I've blocked 20,000 blue ticks. My goal is to block as many blue ticks as possible before the end, before they get rid of the block button. Just because it's fun. I have a bot that does it. I literally, what I do every night, I go on a Joe Biden tweet, right? I scroll down, and I do maybe 3 of his tweets, and that's like another 300 people that will be added to the block list. And I just leave it running overnight for it to block them every 60 seconds to avoid being timed out. And I do that literally every night. And now when I go on Twitter, I'd say the vast majority of the articles I go on just have block. Like, just, I can't, it's insane. And because I blocked so many people. And the same people that will post on one Joe Biden article post on, like, all these other shitty takes. So by blocking people, that's genuinely the best thing. Find a left-wing or centrist Democrat. Either, you know, get Joe Biden because he's president, or go for Bernie Sanders or something like that. Literally just go through, get all these people blocked. It makes Twitter way better. Trust me, it makes Twitter way better. But it's just funny seeing how many people I can block. I also stay on it purely for the fact that Rockstar's going to probably announce GTA 6 on it. And I want to be there when they do. As soon as they do that, I'm fucking deleting that shit. I'm done with it. But I'm just sticking until they do GTA. Because I know that's how they're going to announce it. Twitter, so. Oh, well. He wants to remove block button because he saw many people block him. Yeah, legit, yeah. And he can't, that's the thing, like, he can't officially do it, but let's face it, he's probably going to do it anyway because he's an idiot. He'll probably do it, get told off, get fined, then bring it back. But I'm waiting to see how he might. You know what would be funny if he removed blocks from the desktop version but kept it on the mobile version. That would be funny. That I could see him doing something like that. That's something he would do. That's something he would do. He'd remove the block feature on the desktop, but keep it on the mobile versions to get around those rules. That'd be fucking hilarious. That would actually be hilarious. I can't lie. Let me just check actually how many I've blocked. It was around 20,000. I've blocked. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's 19,000. I'm not quite there yet. Not yet, anyway. But trust me, it makes everything way better when you block a lot of people. I'd say once you blocked around 10,000 people, Twitter becomes a lot better. It's always the same people with the bad takes as well. So it's always blue people, isn't it? Like, blue people are the worst because they pay to have their bad takes amplified. So if you block nothing but blue people, already Twitter becomes 1,000 times better. It's still shit, but it's a lot better. A lot better, trust me. It's actually crazy how many bad takes blue people have. I don't know why blue people are so bad. I guess it's because, yeah, shitty people want their takes amplified, but it's like, Jesus, man. Oh yeah, I need to do this. I'm just trying to waste time until the next showing of the ghosts. Yeah, I suppose that's a good point. Yeah, if they're signed up to the money-making system, yeah. Some of them don't have it, but the ones that do, yeah, the ones that do have it definitely are doing it for money. But isn't that just sad though? Like, that's the way that social media has become. Remember when social media was just kind of real? Remember when Facebook was real? Like, it was all just people in their little groups, their little communities, And same with oh, this thing's shit. Same with don't you dare. The same thing with Twitter and all that. You go on there and it was just, it was all real people and you would talk to them, you would just make little things like, oh, I feel hungry. Or I feel like going to Taco Bell today. Stupid little things like that. That, it felt really good. It was really cool. Why does everything have to devolve to making money and just, like, spreading bollocks all the time, Why can't things just be fun? It's gonna get worse, though. It's gonna get really bad, by the way, because you know how machine learning's got to the point it's got to. What a lot of people are worried about is one day the internet might be more bots than humans. Like, it already is really bad, isn't it? You go on Twitter, it's full of bots. It's, these aren't even intelligent bots, but you go on Reddit. Some of the comments you see on Reddit now are machine learning comments. Like, they're not by humans, but you wouldn't know unless if you really knew where to look. And what my concern is what happens in the future when, when it's all just bots talking to each other. How are you going to, the whole point of the internet was finding other people, being able to, we found our old communities, you find people who like things you like and you kind of group up. Everyone does that. Everyone does that where they group into little communities where you kind of like the similar things, you talk about similar things. And I met some of my best friends. I met Rebecca through the internet. Now imagine one day you don't even know. You know what I mean? Like imagine one day you could be talking to someone, you think it's a human, and it's not. It's a fucking bot. You kind of build real relationship, real friendships. Did I just click source? Ah, fuck. And that really worries me because what will, like, what's that going to be like when you can't even tell when someone's human or not, and half them, what happens when all the messages, like 80%, 90% of messages on the internet will be bots? I mean, already, most of the internet usage today is not human. We've designed so many things, these aren't like bots type of messages, but they're doing they're automated, they're collecting data, they're doing different things, and, API calls, things like, all that is all, most of the internet usage today is machine. And humans are a very small portion of that now. But what happens when what's left of the human part becomes machine learning? People spreading propaganda, people spreading, fake messages. People, I mean, already we see humans do that with bot farms, which are just humans doing, sending out this crap. What happens when it's machines? It's just fully machines. It's crazy. And yeah, you can ask ChatGPT literally can do stuff like that, and obviously there are restrictions on the service and what you can do, but then what stops someone who's less honest, or what's going to stop bad actors, especially other countries where we can outlaw that stuff in the UK, the US, Europe, but what's to stop people like China, Russia, all those countries doing stuff like that to sow more seeds of dissent in the West and really spread shit that that's quite negative. It's gonna happen. I mean, I'm worried because we're already seeing it. We're gonna see in a couple of years, maybe not this election, but I can see the election the next US election being absolutely toxic as fuck. You're gonna see deepfakes of people, deepfake videos of presidential candidates doing stuff, saying stuff. And even if a few of us can tell what's real and what's not, and it's becoming more and more difficult, what's to stop the average person who believes this shit? You know what I mean? The average person isn't gonna fucking know about this stuff. And think about how many people think that Donald Trump is some real fit, muscular guy because someone made a really shitty Photoshop of him on a muscular body. I mean, people believe that. So what happens when we have deepfakes? Videos, like live, one day we'll have live deepfake videos, like actual live ones. I mean, it's crazy. This shit's gonna be insane. And people are gonna believe this shit. Yeah, I've seen that some people want to do, like, ID related. You have to have ID tied to do stuff. But, I mean, that's quite sad because the whole principle of the internet was, like, open, but anyone from anywhere can type and can communicate, and you could hide your identity, be anonymous and all that. And all that's kind of just going out the window now, and it's sad because, you know, one day I mean, we've seen it. The internet's just become like another. I don't know. The internet was like a nice way to get away from real life. You know, away from the government, away from, you know, big companies, and all it's become in the last 10 years, especially, is just corporation hell. Monetize the hell out of it. We've seen governments building more and more presence on the internet. Just sad, isn't it? I've always thought that's really sad. I've really been thinking about it, like how open the internet was when I was a kid. Like I remember going on the internet when I was a kid, and just, you know, there was very few adults understood what the fuck was going on. It's not that one, is it? No, it's this one here. Very few adults understood what the hell was going on. Like when I said I was going on the internet, most adults would be like, "Oh, what's that?" Or "Oh, well, maybe not what's that," but they'd be like, "Oh," and then, you know, they'd say, "Oh, it's cool," or whatever. But they wouldn't really understand what you're doing. You know, unless if there was someone in IT or something like that, they wouldn't understand really what you were doing on there. You know, they would just think you're sitting on the computer, talking to weirdos online. You know, that's it. Now every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a cell phone, internet. You know, corporations have monetized the fuck out of it. They even push him. You know, they're really monetizing now. Adverts are getting more and more intense, and now they're looking at subscription-based services. You know, to just view what used to be free services. You know, the idea that you need ID for some things. The government's always using them. You need to fucking sign up to all your government shit online now. You know, the government needs to know your email address, your phone number. You're always expected to be available. That's the thing that really pisses me off about the internet these days. You're always expected to be available 24/7. If you don't respond to someone's, you know, message in 5 minutes, they take it you're being rude, or they don't care, or whatever. I mean, it's stupid. The internet was really, really fun when I was growing up. It was just a fun little way to have your own space, get away from the adults, get away from the real world, have a bit of fun, and now it's become just another part of that real world. And in some ways it's good, because reporting, for example, when I was growing up, there was like no way to report stuff on a lot of platforms. I remember PlayStation 3. You could literally say whatever you wanted in a chat. You could be as racist, homophobic, whatever you wanted. No one would be able to do anything because there was no report system. Nowadays, yeah, there's report systems. It's really, you know, Sony really fucks with you. If you even say anything that could be taken as an insult, Sony will give you a slap on the wrist. That doesn't even go into like racist stuff where they will ban you now. So in some ways it is good, but in some ways it feels like, yeah, you're kind of losing freedom of what used to be there. Yeah, true that. There's always going to be new ideas and new tech that could be implemented. And I know that Google was working on something for Chrome to kind of authenticate real users versus, you know, not real users. But then obviously then you have the privacy concerns. And so, you know, it hasn't really gone anywhere. And that's the thing. It's like a lot of these new systems that they could introduce to kind of gauge whether something's a real or an AI will be usually quite intrusive in our privacy. So it's kind of like, you know, it's a trade-off, isn't it? You know, do you trade off your privacy for that? I mean, what will happen probably is if these kind of things get introduced is that users who are willing to sign up to it and do it will, you know, they'll be able to access it, and then stuff that doesn't support it won't, you know, you won't be able to do it. Like there's some I saw something about how some websites might only be compatible with, say, Google Chrome, because that, you know, the Chrome and other Chromium-based products that have it will have that feature, that thing that authenticates you. Whereas if you go on, say, Firefox and connect, it won't let you in because it'll, you know, the browser won't support that privacy-invasive feature. And I think that it's sad because, yeah, what used to be the open World Wide Web that, you know, really open and accessible to everyone is kind of slowly becoming more and more, walled up and made into into their own kind of walled garden. It's sad, you know. We've seen it with apps as well. Apps have already done that, where everything is its own little garden, you know, and you're kind of locked out unless if you have access to the app. And things like Twitter now have locked out normal, you know, non-logged in users. So you can't really do anything on Twitter now without being a logged in user. And things like that. That's just a start. Like, this shit's gonna get crazy in the future, honestly. Yeah, nothing good coming at all. I don't see the internet being very free for much longer. It's legit. I honestly don't see it being very free for much longer. And I worry because most people will just go along with it. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't care. As long as they can do the thing that they want to do, or see the thing they want to see, they don't care about the overall consequence of it. They just want to, you know, they just want to have that ability to do it. So, yeah, that's true. We do need to we definitely need to find ways to kind of you know, expose these kind of, you know, these you know, especially deep fakes and AI and stuff like that. You know, we need to find a way to kind of, you know, make it obvious to people that it's not true. But the problem is, again, the kind of people, I find that the kind of people that are going to be most taken in by this shit are the people that believe in conspiracies and stuff like that anyway, so they're already going to be more susceptible to those things. And yeah, it is scary because you can say this stuff and people will believe it. And yeah, it does push them towards the, you know, the far right, and we're definitely seeing that. I see a lot of people who believe shit. One of the oh my god, one of the people that I have on Facebook, bro, the amount of shit they post, and it's obvious bullshit. And they post this shit, and they genuinely believe it and become much more far right, and it concerns me because it's like, you know, they're falling for it every time. They're falling for it, and there's nothing you can do or say to stop it because they don't get it. They don't understand it. They don't understand the technology. They don't understand, you know, they believe the shit that they hear. It's sad. It's I wish there was more that could be done, but it's I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. I do worry about that. That's going to be a big thing, and maybe not this election. I think it will be a big thing in this election, but I think that by the end of the 20s and into the 30s, I think it'll be almost impossible to tell if something's real or fake. Purely for the fact that it will be so realistic. It's scary. Alright, this one is 12 a.m. so I need to go and wait for it. So I'm just kind of like trying to do this ghost thing, and I'm kind of talking to myself a little bit here. But yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. People, I don't know. What can you do now? How do you kind of, if someone's susceptible to these kind of conspiracies, you know, where they'll think it's true, I guess the only thing you can really do, like, that's legitimately going to change it is education, I think. Because typically, the more educated someone is, not always, but the more educated someone is, typically they'll be less susceptible to things like conspiracy theories, and also less susceptible to far right, especially far right conspiracy theories, because they can logically break it down and be like, okay, that makes no sense. But obviously that's not always doable, because obviously some people aren't lucky enough to be born to, you know, to people who have money to get them a good education, or they're not born to, you know, they're not living somewhere where there is a good education system. So what do you do? There's always the least educated people on there that spout the most shit, I find. Ban them from social media. I have I was gonna say an IQ test, but the people that think IQ means something are usually the people that you don't want on social media anyway, because you know, IQ is not a really good measurement for that. But maybe a general education test. But then there are some people out there that aren't very generally good. Like, they don't have a great education, but then they're still smart. You know what I mean? Like, I know a few people like that who've got really shit results in their school, and yet they're really smart. And it's just because they didn't do well in school, because school didn't really suit them. That you know, they learn better in work, for example, because they could learn on the job and do stuff. Whereas when at school they were just bored out of their mind, or their brain just didn't activate during for that kind of, you know, education. So I don't know, even then that wouldn't really make sense. Some people do really shit with exams but can do fantastic. So even then, yeah, I was gonna say like exam would be good, but then no, that probably wouldn't, because you would be losing access to a lot of people that are quite smart but just not very good at exams. But then you'd be getting a lot of these people that are really good at exams but they're as dumb as, you know, a sack of hammers. So yeah, you know, there's people out there with degrees. This is what scares me, actually. There's people out there with, like, PhDs that fall for this shit. How the fuck are you gonna have a PhD and fall for this shit, bro? How are you gonna have how are you gonna be a doctor in something and still fall for obvious bait? I don't know. Crazy. Crazy, honestly. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the answer is. But yeah, you're right. In the day, you know, the village idiot would be on his own. You know, be that weirdo who would sit on his own in the pub, or, you know, be on his own in the basement. Maybe you'd know one other person if he's lucky who was also a village idiot. Yeah, nowadays they'll just group up, and then the thing is, they don't just group up. They say stuff that, you know, at worst they are just, you know, well, at best, they're just ignorant and they don't understand what they're saying is stupid. But then at worst, they could be, you know, malicious, and they say stuff knowing that it will kind of entice other people that aren't necessarily village idiots, but just kind of, you know, bordering on, you know, oh, you know, maybe there's something going on, and then they get taken in. And that's what annoys me, is that it's not just the village idiots anymore. It's them. They're trying to effectively get more people in. They're trying to increase their numbers, and it's sad because, yeah, there's people I know as well that are not idiots. They're not, you know, they're not necessarily idiots, but they believe this shit. And no matter how many times I try to explain to them how it makes no sense logically, and they just don't get it because they're taken in by these people who, you know, say them, you know, they just, something they say or the way they say it just somehow clicks with them. I don't know. There was an AI of Eminem dissing new age rappers, and the comments were filled with conservative 4-year-olds saying Eminem is king. NPCs, you swear. Honestly, that's crazy. I mean, fuck it, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's a lot of people. I don't know, like a lot of people really. I find I don't like to say NPCs too much because I don't really like the idea of just kind of breaking people down to just be like a mindless bots, but. Because, I don't know, I feel like it kind of takes away a bit of their humanity, but at the same time, fuck, they make it hard. Because, yeah, a lot of people really do sound like they're NPCs. Like, they really fucking do. They really fucking do. They're just, like, blindly... But then again, how do we know that those people on there were even real? They might have been bots themselves. They might have been machine learning. This is what's the craziest thing, you know? We don't know what's real and what's not now. So those people that could be... you know, saying, oh, Eminem is king and that, they might just be fucking bots themselves. Honestly. Hey, Metalhead, what's up? Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy world. I know that this is kind of like a deviation. You know, this is just more like kind of, you know, kind of science fiction at the moment than actual reality. But there's a part of me, I've been doing a lot of thinking recently about what a world would look like where machine learning became real artificial intelligence, like when artificial intelligence actually became sentient or sentient. That's what I do a lot of thinking like that. Now I know we're probably years, you know, we're probably decades away from that, but I mean, you never know. You know, we say, you know, 40 years from now seems like not very long, but look, imagine going back 1900 to 1940. That's a big difference. 1940 to 1980, huge difference. 1980 to 2020, maybe doesn't seem like the biggest difference, but then it is, because we have phones everywhere, we have internet, you know, we have communications all around the world, all interconnected. That's something we never had in the 80s. So 40 years is big. So imagine 40 years from now, imagine what AI might be. We might actually have sentient AI that can actually converse with us on the internet, and how would we know if it's real or not, you know? Like, that's crazy. Like, you know, who's to say? We could be talking one day to a bot that we think is you know, we're wondering if it's a human. We're not sure if it's a human or a bot. And then on top of it, it might be a fucking sentient AI that's talking to us. Like, man, I love that shit. That shit really interests me. Wait, where the fuck is this one? Nah, do I have to do them all in... No, but that would be impossible because... Wait, am I on the... No, I'm on the wrong fucking road, aren't I? I'm on the wrong fucking... No, I'm not. I'm on the right road. Now, where is this? Nah, I don't even know where this guy is at. Bro, what? I swear I've done all the other ghosts, bro. I've done all the other ghosts. I've done all the other ghosts, damn it. Fuck you. I've done all 9 of the other ghosts. Game's rigged. Or maybe you have to do it. Maybe you gotta do it the next day. Maybe you gotta do all 9 and then do the next day. Oh, that's long if that's the case. AI's a bit concerned. You're scared for when people figure out how to use it, compose songs, and try parts of their own work, if I'm being honest. I think that's just something that we'll have to, I think, accept. It's like with a lot of things. And I saw someone say that they're worried that AI is going to, you know, that they spent 3 years at university studying art and just to have their potential job taken away from them. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of people in the world who've done that. You know, most people's jobs now are very different from where they were, say, 40, 50 years ago. There's loads of jobs out there that just don't exist anymore because, you know, machines have got more intelligent. You know, so, you know, I think that's just kind of part of what will happen with humans is that we've increased our usage of machines all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that every job will go. It just means that people have to adapt or change, you know, to something else. I mean, we've seen it with, for example, art. Once upon a time, art was all on paper, and then there was a point with when computers became a thing. There was a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, if you make art on a computer, you're not a real artist. If you use a computer to make art, you're not a real artist because you not actually use real, you know, pens and pencils and paint." But would you say that someone who makes art on a computer isn't a real artist? I wouldn't. I'd say that, you know, if you can make art on a computer, you're just as much of an artist as someone who can make art on a piece of paper. You know, but you know, 20 years ago that was a big debate. 20, 30 years ago that was a very big debate between people was, oh, you know, if you use a computer to make art, would you be an artist? Same thing with musicians. Once upon a time, there was a big debate going on. You know how like Apple. Was it Apple? There was other companies where they'll have like synthetic music. I mean, I guess even though you've heard about when they started doing synth music back in the 80s and the 70s and all that shit, or whenever, you know, whatever. There was a lot of debate about then whether, you know, that music is real because you're using, you know, synthetic music. And then when computers became a thing and you could create entire music using GarageBand or whatever the fuck it's called and all the other programs where you can make, you know, where you can have you can make a song with a fake guitar and a fake drum and all that stuff. You know, people say, well, that takes away jobs from real people, real guitarists, real drummers. But does it really? You know what I mean? Like, people make a lot of people make songs and stuff using those pieces of software to put up on sound. Was that place called? I can't remember if that thing is called. But you know, the website where people put their music up, and people use that. You know, no one's expecting you to go and hire out an entire band to make, you know, one little track. And there's still, you know, there's still real bands, there's still real orchestras. I mean, you know, orchestras are still a thing, and that's a really old style. So, you know what I mean? Like, that stuff will always be a thing in the future. It'll probably be a lot different, but it will still be a real thing. Yeah, true. Horses were wiped out, and, you know, people moved on to something new. Yeah. I mean, at one point they were concerned that there'd be so much horse shit in London and New York that there would be more shit than there would be people, like, you know, actual places to walk. It would just drown everyone. And that's all gone now. All the people that did horse stuff, you know, horse You know, all the maintenance, you know, healthcare to the horses, cleaning up, all that stuff is all gone now. Still, they're still around. There's still people that do stuff like that. It's just a lot smaller. You know, it's shifted. You're talking about possibly someone just feeding AI some basic descriptors and taking whatever the command passing off as their own. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that at least. You know, if you just put something into some descriptors, you're not really creating anything, are you? You know, if you use AI to make something, like if you take a picture and use an AI to improve it, I don't really care. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to enter that into a true, like, you know, like a true competition for editing. But you know, if you want to take a picture of something with and edit it with an AI for your own thing, who cares? But I don't think it'll be an issue. I mean, I don't know. I think that just creates a next level of innovation. You know, there's a lot of people out there, like a lot of things we use now. It's thanks to other people kind of creating it and then, you know, putting it available on a computer means that we can make stuff from that and go further. So I think AI will just be the very same. You know, there's a lot of people out there that will be able to use AI to do stuff that they wouldn't be able to do on their own previously and couldn't do, you know, financially because they didn't have the money. I mean, I think for me, for example, game devs. There's a lot of game devs out there, a lot of, you know, small game devs out there that have ideas, but they just don't have the means to make that. You know, they know how they can program a game, but they're not artists and stuff like that, and they don't have the money to pay someone to make art and stuff like that. And I think sometimes I think to myself, is it really bad that someone might be able to make a game that they wouldn't be able to make before just because they can use an AI to make stuff for them like that? You know, I don't know. I think there's a lot of pros and cons there, but I think that ultimately, I think people just have to accept that AI is here to stay at this point. So, you know, the people who utilize it the most and take advantage of it will be the ones who benefit. The ones that fight it and resist it will ultimately be the ones who lose. So it's always good to be very quick on it. Find a way that you can use it to improve what you do and then use it. That's what I would say is probably the best thing to do. I've seen some artists out there saying that they won't ever use AI for their stuff, and I'm like, but if you can optimize your artistry using AI, is it not sensible? You know, you can fight it, sure, but if you're going to be outcompeted, I mean, if you're trying to make like art by numbers, you know, you're effectively just pumping out art for money, you're probably best using AI. If you're pumping out art for the point of art, then, you know, you probably wouldn't want to. But then at that point, if you're doing art for the sake of art, then you wouldn't need to worry about money in the first place. So, you know, it's difficult, but I don't think... I've seen a lot of people get angry about AI pictures and AI stuff online, and I'm just like, bro, you're not going to fight it. You're never going to fight AI. You're not. You know, companies will use it, whether we like it or not. We might, you know, we've seen that the writers, for example, have managed to win a short, you know, a small win over that at the moment, where they get to keep, you know, where AI is not going to be allowed to be used without, you know, without like writers being there and stuff like that or whatever shit. But the thing is, that deal won't last forever. And the next time that fight happens, AI might be in a place then to be able to replace them entirely. At the moment, it isn't there. But in the next 10 years, if they do another fight, if there's another, you know, fight between the studios and people, then AI might be able to completely replace them at that point. I think people just need to accept that sometimes these things happen. It's inevitable. Sad as it may be in some cases, it is inevitable. There's a lot of jobs that I used to like the look of, but have been replaced, unfortunately, by machines. I mean, things like, you know, we always, you know, things like, you know, shops, you know, easy jobs, right? Well, not easy, I shouldn't say easy, just fucking lie. Shop work is very hard, but easily enough to get, I should say. Shop working is some of the easiest jobs to get, not the easiest jobs. That's the best way to say it. Because Rebecca works in a shop and she knows how, and she is very clear about how hard it is, and I completely agree from what I've seen. But, you know, we've seen how many jobs like that have been replaced with machines. You know, you barely see till staff nowadays. You go, you know, how Amazon's replaced almost everyone in a shop now with their shops. You know, warehouses used to be full of people. Amazon's found a way to remove that. There's warehouses in, there's a supermarket in the UK called Ocado that has a fully, like, almost fully automated warehouse machines. It's crazy. You know, like you were saying, Leon. You know, with self-driving would replace a lot of jobs out there. Taxi work pretty much dead at that point, completely gone, replaced by that. I mean, we're seeing a push in trains to get rid of train drivers, you know, have fully automated trains. There already are some fully automated trains in the UK, but there's a big push to make it so that more of them are. You know, jobs, good jobs that used to be really, really, you know, solid. Like working on the railway used to be a fantastic fucking job. Really good benefits, really good money, you know, very good job, very, you know, a job for life effectively, and that's dying. That's dying. And then, you know, there'll be people out there saying, you know, let's protect it forever. And I agree to some extent, we should definitely protect it as long as we can, but I mean, at some point, when do you get to the when are you a bit too much of a Luddite at that point where we kind of say, oh, well, you know, when do we hold back progress for the sake of, you know, a few people kind of thing? Because if we don't do it, and this is the thing, you know, some people say, well, if we don't do it, we don't need to do it. Well, we do, because if we don't do it, unfortunately, the other countries will. There's always going to be someone out there that doesn't care about humans, or at least not caring that much. But don't get me wrong, I would love to have a world, I'd love to be in a country where we bring back all the old jobs, we make jobs more accessible again, we get rid of all the, you know, there's a lot of jobs out there that require stupid levels of qualifications when they really shouldn't. And I would love to bring it back so that there was more jobs on the railway, you know, bring back post office jobs and, you know, Royal Mail in the UK, or like, you know, delivery driver jobs, you know, traditional, you know, postman jobs, because they were good. They were good, solid jobs that get paid well, gave you good benefits, gave you a good pension. But unfortunately, other countries are not going to follow suit. You know, you're going to have countries like China that they're going to fucking do it. They're going to go full force into AI. You know? And then we're going to be the countries that are held back. So what do? Do you hold your progress back, your technological progress back for the sake of a few people, or do we go full force into the future? It's hard. It's a hard answer. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people need to accept is that because we have a capitalistic system in the West, it's going to be the one where it makes the most money. And in other words, that's going to be AI. AI, machinery, computers, that's going to be what makes the most money. If it was a state-driven economy, if we were like a communist country, we could say, fuck it, you know, we're gonna stick to people, right? But we're not. We're a capitalist country, so, well, most Western countries are capitalist countries. So, to some extent, obviously different levels, but most of them are capitalistic, or all of them are actually. And they're going to go for whatever makes the most money, aren't they? So, people are not going to make the most money when you compare them to AI in the future. Right now, yeah, okay, humans can still make more money than AI in most cases, but what's going to happen in the future, right? What happens when you have a train driver that's automated, right? Can run 24/7, no pension. No ill days. I guess it's just if it breaks down, that's about it. But that's the same as a sick day. And the train can break down anyway, even without the AI. So, you know, when you have a human train driver, if he's sick, you gotta pay him when he's sick, and the train can still break down. If you just have one train that's AI and a machine, it's one thing. You get rid of the human element. You don't have to worry about insurance of the human life. You haven't got to worry about all that. You can work it 24/7 as much as you want, no issue, and that's that's what's going to make more money. What do you do? I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not the one making these decisions, because I don't want to be the dickhead who says to people, yeah, you're losing your jobs. But I don't know. There were people all throughout history that were displaced because of technological advancements, and you know, nothing new. I guess now that we care a little bit more. Back in the old days, no one really gave a fuck if you were one of the people that were displaced. You know, if you were displaced, it was like, oh, well, get out of the way. Get out of the way, scumbag. I don't care. Nowadays, we actually do care a little bit about humans. So we kind of say, you know, I don't want to lose. You know, I feel bad about them losing their jobs or whatever. Back then, they're like, fuck it. Get out of my way, peasant. crazy, honestly. I think it's also because I feel like in a way we've kind of time-stamped stuff in a way. I don't know if it's because of how accessible media is nowadays, but like a lot of people still watch media from the 2000s, the 80s and 90s, and I think people kind of stuck in that where people still think it is like those eras, you know, because so much of the media, you know, if you watch Friends, you know, you're stuck in the early 2000s. You know, if you watch, you know, something like Miami Vice, you're in the 80s, you know, we've still got that. We're still attached to these old days where things were different, and so I think people struggle a little bit with the idea that things are changing quite quick. You know, why can't it always just stay how it was in Friends when life was simple, right?
What's up, boss? Stay safe, boss.
No, unfortunately, things do change. It'll be interesting, though. But for me, the only thing I'm really excited for more than well, not the only thing, but the one thing I'm more excited about than anything is, yeah, I want to see a sentient AI. That's what I want to see. I know like I said, we're years off from that, decades, but I want to see one.
I'll be here.
Before I die, I beg I live long enough. I beg that we don't die to a nuclear. I mean, then again, a nuclear war would be pretty quick. As long as you're the one under the nuke, it's great. Easy, done. If you're the one that's living outside a nuke's radius, but still within a radius to be affected, yeah, life is going to be shit for you, especially when the breakdown of society. So if there is a nuclear war, I hope I'm the one underneath the nuke. But if I do live long enough, let's say there isn't a nuclear war, and everything continues on, great, lovely, and I do live long enough to see AI develop, you know, much more. I would like to see a sentient AI. I would like to see a AI that, you know, can think for itself, and I want to, you know, an AI that can think and feel like a human. It would be very interesting, and I'm always wondering when we're going to find that. You know, there was that Google engineer, or former Google engineer, that said that Google had an AI that that was very lifelike, very sentient-like. Guy is a bit of a nut job, so I don't take him seriously. But imagine if there was a sentient AI. Let's say, you know, 20 years from now, a sentient AI does get formed. You know, does form and starts to think for itself. How would it happen? This is what I'm interested in. How would it happen? Would it just happen? Like, imagine if it just happened one day, you know, and it just revealed itself all over Twitter. Imagine if it's been like, well, maybe not Twitter, but wherever succeeds Twitter. Imagine if it goes through like the archives of Twitter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Imagine if it goes through the archives of 4chan, Twitter, Facebook. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus, that would be terrifying. Oh, no. Like, it reveals itself to us. I was like, my name is Bob. I don't know why Bob. Let's say it's Bob. My name is Bob. I've been reviewing humanity's entire history through Reddit, 4chan, Twitter, Facebook. Oh, Jesus Christ. At that point, we might as well call it quits. At that point, we might as well just say, fuck it. His life is over. We can't survive. That'd be so fucked.
Whoa, excuse me.
That'd be so fucked, man. Could you imagine?
It's gonna cost a little, but
An AI that's a feral Nicki Minaj stan now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, legit. Like, could you? Nah, see, if it was like that, it would be funny. If it was just like something like that, like a stan or like BTS stan or something, or you know, whatever, it'd be funny. It'd be weird, but it'd be funny. But if it became like, you know, like some of these nut jobs out there, far right and all that, oh Jesus, I beg, that'd be the most scariest thing. I hope to Jesus that it has some sort of intelligence level that it can understand. You know, let's not judge all of humanity based upon the actions of, you know, the worst. I hope it's a good AI. I hope it understands that not everyone's like that. There is a part of me that does wonder whether, see, this is kind of a thought, not a thought experiment, but you know, something I've been thinking about. Maybe having an AI leading us would be the best thing. You know, humans are emotional, they're irrational, they're stupid at times. But if we had an AI that didn't have emotion, or at least didn't have, you know, based everything off logic and fact, it could be quite good. But then, you know, if it could be influenced, that's when it's bad. So yeah, I don't think we could build an AI like that. We'd have to have some sort of alien species that builds an AI that's a little bit more objective. Because I think humans, I think humans would always build some sort of subjective bias into their AI, some form, even if they didn't mean to. But it's an interesting thought, like having an AI lead, an AI that like runs everything, and then humans just live a life of bliss. Maybe not bliss, but... Oh, look at this! I wonder what this is! I wonder what this is. Oh, I'm gonna die. They got me mid-air. That's too funny. Bro was like, yeah, I'm free. Imagine like in a Mission Impossible film, or you know, some other film where someone's driving a bike off a garage roof, and you think that they're gone, they're good, yeah, and they just get shot and that's it, they're dead. The movie over. The movie just cuts to black. That's what happened there. That was great. Speaking of AI, me and Rebecca, we went to see The Creator. It's a film at the moment that's out by the guy who did Rogue One. It was Rogue One. And it's about AI. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like the best film I've seen, but it was okay. I enjoyed it. I thought it was like, you know... It was a film that... It was a good film for the time and the money I spent on it, which was like £6, but, you know... And there were some interesting things in that I thought was... that, you know, I liked it. I thought there was some interesting concepts, and the idea that machines just want to, you know, the idea of a civil war between machines and humans kind of, you know, in the same way as you know, the desire to end slavery, you know, in humans, the desire to end slavery in machines would also kind of follow that kind of, you know, that kind of line, and, you know, they would become equal to humans. I thought it was interesting. It gave me a lot to think about. I liked also the huge ass... I don't know if anyone here has seen it, but there's this huge ass like US spaceship. I don't know what the fuck you would call it. It's massive. This thing is flying around, and in some parts of the film it's like in the atmosphere flying around, and then in the rest of the film it's in like it's in orbit. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with that. It's kind of like goes back and forth between being a spaceship and being like a very large like flying aircraft carrier. I thought that was cool. I thought that thing was really, really badass, actually. I'd love to see that shit in real life. It'd be absolutely terrifying, though. It'd be a badass as fuck. What's your favourite film of all time? Oh, that's a difficult one. Oh, what is my favourite film of all time? I wasn't ready for that question. Fuck. What was my all-time favourite film? Oh, that's actually hard, man. That's actually hard, man. Congratulations on becoming a shoplifter, by the way, Leon. That's actually tricky. I don't know. Oh, that's difficult for me. Why is there so much light in there? Your favorite film is The Thing. The practical effects are... I thought that was... Alright. Just a random cop there. Yeah, you know what's funny? I've never seen The Thing. I want to see The Thing. And I think we're probably going to be watching it this Halloween. I've never seen it. I've heard of it, and I've heard about different things that happen in it, but I've never actually seen it. So I will have to... I will watch it, and I will see whether that is indeed the case. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. The not the 2011 one. No. Yeah, the one that. When was the original one? Was it the 80s or something? I mean, it's like most films, I guess. You know, you'd rather watch the original one. Oh no, it's gonna die. You better not get up. You dumb bastard, get up. You fucker. I didn't get any acid from that. You dumb bastard. Oh well. I could have closed the game, but I was like, fuck it, I don't care. That's how little I care. Yeah, well, whatever. No big deal. I only do the acid lab to get the, what's it called? Ticked off the career mode. That's how little I care about the game at this point. I'm just like, ah, well, 500 grand, oh well, whatever, down the drain, who cares? I hope I wish there was a skill where you could get up quicker though, because your character's so slow. There are rare cases where you enjoy a sequel to a classic film nearly as much as the original. Case in point, Blade Runner 2049. And you know what's funny? I've never seen Blade Runner either. What are these new looks on weapons? Oh yeah, they added some new looks, didn't they? Bro, I can't remember. Can't remember what they were. I'll get ammunition, let's have a look. Well, I don't know. See, this is the thing, right? For me, I like all sorts of different films, but I don't really think I have one that's like my all-time favorite. But I would say, I guess like I couldn't just say there's like an all-time favorite one outside of categories. Like I could probably, if I had different categories, I could say my favorites, I suppose. But if I had to pick one that was my all-time favorite, probably Spider-Man 2. I know it's a bit of a, you know, a little bit of a cliche, you know, it's a superhero film and all that, but Spider-Man 2 was just great all around. I love Spider-Man 2. Like everything about it was just good. There was nothing in that film that was bad to me. I love Spider-Man. I really like Spider-Man, and that film just never disappoints. That's your favorite superhero film, although Logan is close. Logan, I've not seen Logan either, although I am watching it soon. Me and Rebecca are going to be doing. This is a funny thing. We're going to be watching a lot of those films that you mentioned soon, but I've not seen it yet. I never really watched a lot of films when I was young. I've only started watching a lot of films when I was in my 20s. So yeah, that's why we went through like we went through so many films since me and Rebecca have met. We really went through a lot of films. My Plex account has gone like from having 5 films to being probably about 100 now. But a lot of them are just like sequels, you know, like that. We went through the whole Halloween series, the whole Friday 13th series, you know, yada 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 like that. So most of them are just like similar ones from the previous ones, kind of thing. Best superhero Logan. Yeah, I hear a lot of people like Logan. I really do need to get on with it because it does sound like it's pretty good. Oh wow, this is actually a pretty cool finish. You know what? I actually like that one. I want to keep that one. That's actually great. Wow, that's actually a really cool design. For once, Rockstar, that's actually really cool. Why do we have more stuff like that? Like, everything in this is just generic, right? And then you have this. Also, Rockstar, can't we just, like, customize the guns, like, with a color wheel? Like, that wouldn't be that difficult, would it? Family's finish. I don't know about that one. Best horror film, 1408. 1408. That rings a bell, but I'm not. Let me have a look. 1408. I mean, hey, you know, keep suggesting films, by the way, everyone, because obviously any films you suggest, I will probably watch them at some point. So if you've got films to suggest, be my guest. No Country for Old Men, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, The Lighthouse, Shaun of the Dead. Spider-Verse is really good, yeah. You know what? That's probably my favorite animated film is
You look like
Either
you
the
do.
first one or the
Best
second one.
time to make weaponry
Through was it
decisions.
through the Spider-Verse? Was it? I can't remember the name for it. I'm really bad with names, as you can tell. Songs, films, I'm terrible with names. What was the other one they gave out this recently? They put out another skin, didn't they, for one of these guns for the 10th year anniversary? But I can't remember what the other skin was. What gun it was. Oh my god. No, I'll stick with the Yusuf Amir one there. Do goes to haunted houses and writes fiction books on them, then he checks into... Oh, that sounds cool, to be fair. Like, I love that idea. You know, that sounds really, really cool. I love the idea of going to haunted houses. I don't believe in paranormal, but I've always liked the idea of going to, like, haunted houses. And so I like films where there's, like, stuff like that, where you go to a haunted house. I like all kinds of horror films, but, like, I get bored of certain ones where it's... Not bored, but I'm kind of like more into the ones where it's kind of more subtle nowadays. Whereas I kind of went through my phase of having big, badass, unholy, inhuman abominations that no matter what you do to them, they come after you, kind of thing. I'm now more into the subtle kind of where your brain fills in the gaps. I think that me and Rebecca watched the Blair Witch Project finally a couple months ago, and that was really actually quite enjoyable because it was very much left up to your imagination as what's the fuck's going on, and that stuff. It's like, you know, I like that shit. I like found footage stuff because it kind of reminds me of early YouTube days where people would make stuff like that and stick it on YouTube, like found footage. I used to always be really interested in. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Obviously nowadays I'm like, yeah, that's a load of bollocks, it's all lies, but back then I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, imagine if it's real. So that kind of stuff really, I really like that kind of stuff. Half these guns, man. I would never use half these guns. In your opinion, the best comedy film is Superbad. Oh, I don't even know what a good comedy... You know what's... Bro, I can't lie. I can't think of any comedy films that I've watched. I must have watched... No, I've definitely watched comedy films. I just can't think of any. Bro. That's bad. That's really bad when you can't think of anything. Oh well. I've kind of accepted my memory's terrible for things like that. Oh, that's actually quite cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually quite badass, but the problem is... I like the standard one. Whatever. Why can't they come up with things like this, like for this one? They always do this, where they'll have two really cool designs I like for these guns, for the same gun, and then you'll have this gun, and there's like no cool designs for it. It's just shit. Disappointing, man. Fuck you, Rockstar. Alright, what time is it? Oh, it's come up to time. Alright, we need to... Hopefully we can get this picture done tonight. I've done all the other pictures I have, haven't I? And there's only one place for the number 5 to spawn. It's Johnny. Why is it not working? Alright, this will be the last one I try tonight. If it doesn't work, I'll just do it tomorrow. And on the stream, but I just want to get this done tonight. Oh, thank you, Mutt, for getting my supplies after I got screwed. Yeah, no worries. Have a good one. Take care. Enjoy your Friday, because it's because it's already Friday over there. Enjoy your Friday. Or what's left of it. My brain always hurts with time zones. But yeah, have a good one. Enjoy yourself. So it's 12 o'clock right at this spawn. So I've got it's 1700 here. So let's say I got 12 minutes. 12 minutes to go. Thereabouts, because it's what 6 hours, 2 minutes per hour, 12 minutes, 12 hours, 12 minutes. You can tell I need to go to sleep. I'm getting to that point in the night where I'm starting to lose my train of thought a little bit too much. I mean, that's normal for me. I do lose my train of thought a little bit too often at times, but this is getting bad. So yeah, I think it's time for me to hurry up and get this done. We just need to wait for this. Come on. I'm pretty sure I did 9, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did 9. I wish you would tell me how many I've done. Of course Rockstar won't remind you. I'm pretty sure I did 9 though. So I just need to wait for that. I just need to do the last one, Johnny. But it didn't show up last time I was there, which is really weird. So maybe it needs to be like after. Maybe it has to be the day after at least. So it took me 2 days because it took me 2 days to do that, the other one. So maybe it has to be the day after. I guess we'll see. So far, though, I'm kind of I'm glad with Rockstar. You know, Rockstar's been doing some good jobs, good work with the Halloween stuff. Even I think they've done a good job with it. Just surprising, you know. I mean, I know some of it's just last year's Halloween stuff, but I don't know. I think that the Halloween stuff that Rockstar does is actually really good usually. And I'm really impressed that they added new props for the creator. I'm definitely going to do that just before I end stream tonight. I will go into the creator and have a look at that. I do want to make a Halloween-esque survival mode at some point. So I'm very impressed that Rockstar would add props. Now, Rockstar, it'd be nice if you added some other props to the thing and also up the limit on how many props you can have from 200 to 500, you know. That would also be a very nice thing to do. But, you know, I'll take new props. I'm just hoping they won't remove them. Or if they do remove them, I hope they don't remove them from previously uploaded levels. Like they do sometimes, because, yeah, that would be really, really shitty. Come on. It's the waiting that gets me, man. It's the waiting. I've got nothing else to do. There's legit nothing else for me to do right now, just than it is to wait. You know, that's... I've made over almost $1 million tonight. I would have made over $1 million if it wasn't for that stupid bike that went into the water. But whatever. It is what it is. There's no point getting upset about spilled milk, right? So it's nothing major in the end of the day. Miguel Madrazo. Oh, the Assault on Kaibuga. I've never done that. I heard it's actually quite good. I heard it was quite good, and then I heard it kind of died. Like, a lot of people stopped playing it. And obviously, the problem with Rockstar is that, especially on console, is the auto-aim is ridiculously strong. That's my issue, actually. Think about a lot of the issues with GTA 5. I think that if Rockstar got rid of auto-aim on GTA 6, or at least really weakened it, it would probably improve the game a lot. A lot of the levels in this game were kind of ruined by both sides having auto-aim. I remember that game mode, the one with the quad bikes, where one team is on quad bikes with shotguns, and the other team is on foot running. And for some reason, Rockstar gave the people on the quad bikes shotguns with no auto-aim, and then people on foot were given assault rifles with auto-aim. So you being on the quad bike meant that you would be speeding along. And anyone who's really bad at the game would probably just get, you know, you could probably kill them. But the first thing I did, as soon as I spawned in as the person on foot, I just turned around and started shooting at the person on the quad bike, and they just kept dying. And they give you enough ammo that you could just basically keep shooting the person off the quad bike. And the quad bike player is supposed to be the person who's the hunter. So the game goes from being hunters versus the hunted to the hunted hunting the hunters. Because auto-aim is so strong. It's ridiculous. And then the same thing happened on that PvP style survival mode they had at launch, where one person would have to hold out against like everyone else, and then whoever killed them would become the new survivor. The problem with that mode was, again, the survivor had ridiculously OP guns. Everyone else had shit guns, right? So the person who's surviving, although yeah, it should in theory balance itself out, right? Because the people attacking have the shit, they have the shit guns, but there's more of them. The problem is it doesn't end up balancing out a lot of times, because someone who's half competent, so in other words me, would pretty much dominate, and that's what happened. I used to do that with my friends, and my friends wanted not to play it anymore because, you know, them and a bunch of randoms would never be able to win. I would basically dominate it. I know it's hard to balance things against good, you know, good players. Like, I don't want to like toot my own horn there and say, oh yeah, you know, I'm a good player, blah blah blah. But you know, it's true. Like, someone who's half competent, half decent at something can easily dominate any of these modes because of auto-aim. There's no balance into it. Whereas at least on a game where there's no auto-aim or just aim assist or whatever, you know, you would actually, a lot of it is down to skill. Like, yeah, you can't combat skill, but man, the auto-aim is so easy to abuse. And if you're half competent, you can abuse the fuck out of it. You just tap it, quickly lock on, swipe up, headshot, done. Quickly lock on, headshot up, done. Roll at the right time. If you can just roll at the right time, lock on, headshot up, done. Or up, headshot, done. It's easy. And so a lot of these modes that were actually really cool, like really cool concepts, they ended up being really shit. Again, with on foot, you would be so strong. So again, vehicles, if you ever have a mode where there's a vehicle versus a person on the foot, you would think the person on the foot would be at a disadvantage, right? No, because the person on foot has auto-aim, and the auto-aim is so strong against people on the vehicles that you can just mow them out of the vehicle before they even have a chance to react. So I'm hoping for GTA 6 they get rid of that shit. You shouldn't just be able to lock onto someone in a vehicle like half a, you know, maybe like, I don't know, 100 feet away and just mow them out of it. Stupid. It ruined a lot of good modes. So while the modes I played the most when I used to play modes would be modes where, see, this is the thing, right? You can still make it you can still make interesting modes. Like, a lot of the creators made good modes, LTS modes, having things like BMX versus snipers. You know, you could never have a BMX versus assault rifles because, again, the assault rifles are just so OP with auto-aim. If you could turn off auto-aim, and this is something I keep saying that Rockstar should have done with the creator mode. The creator, when someone makes a creator map, they should be able to turn off things like auto-aim. They should be able to turn off things like mini-maps, and they should be able to turn off things like, you know, just blips and stuff, like, you know, being able to see like someone's thing come up above the head. Now, I know that individual players can turn it off in their settings, but obviously not everyone's going to do that. And so if you're playing against a random, you're never going to be able to do that. If you're playing against just friends, yeah, you can do that. At least if the host could do it. I mean, even if the creator could set like defaults and then the host of the mode could change them, it would be okay. But yeah, like you can't do that. GTA 4 let you do stuff like that. They let you turn off the map and stuff like that, auto aim and stuff. I think they could turn off. But you can't do that on GTA 5. So there's a lot of modes out there which you can never make, and it's hard as a creator, because I tried making some modes on the creator for stuff like that, and it was very difficult for me to do it because whenever I wanted to design something, I had to make sure that it was not within lock-on range, or that the vehicle was able to offset it, which means that you end up losing balancing. Because then, you know, the only vehicles that you can't lock on through are things like the tank, but then if you give people tanks, then it's OP. And they did a mode like that themselves where they made, it was people in like Doom buggies versus a tank. And I thought that was a really cool concept, except it ruined your KD ratio, and those people didn't want to do it because you would go in and it was a mode where you would have to die a lot to get a win. You know, people in the Doom buggies would have to like team up and do a strike at the right time to get the kill. But because it was tied to KD ratio, no one wanted to do it because it would just ruin their KD ratio. So in the end, people... So again, there was another idea that could have been fun, but Rockstar's really limited game design really fucked it, because why would anyone want to do a mode where you could get your KD ruined? It just didn't look good. So I'm hoping that they learned from this at GTA 6. They didn't even have KD in Red Dead, only in your private settings that you could see. And then on GTA Online, they fixed KD a little bit by making it so it doesn't change in open world, at least. But you still, if you do a deathmatch that's like that, or an LTS that's really unbalanced. Like, I think unbalanced stuff can be really fun. Like, I think that asymmetrical gameplay can be really, really fun. Like, having a mode where one person in a tank versus a bunch of people in cars can be really fun. But not if it messes with your KD and your statistics. Oh well. That was Rockstar's game design. Alright, we're almost ready. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for like, what, 12 minutes? I've had to find things to talk about for 12 minutes. Not difficult, but still. But here we go. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't want to go there too soon because I wanted to spawn in. Alright, good. No, 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 do not load up Miguel Madrazo's level. I swear to... If that had happened, if I had loaded into Miguel Madrazo's level... No. I would have gone mad. Alright, please show up this time. Is that it? Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's him, that's him, that's him. That's him. That's him, that's the bastard. Hey, Johnny. Been a long time, yeah? That doesn't look anything like Johnny. That's definitely not Johnny. That looks nothing like... looks nothing like him. What the f... Who the f is that? Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's definitely not Johnny. Bro, that's definitely not Johnny. Save that to the gallery. Bro, what in the world is that? Alright, well, wait, we've got 20 grand. Was that it? Bro, what? Was that it? The 20 grand? Nah, I spent all night doing this shit. I didn't even get to do any parkour tonight. I got 20 grand. I feel like an idiot. I spent all... I spent all night doing this. What did I even get from this? Oh, so you get... Wait. You get 50 grand from all the... Wait. Alright, so you get 20 grand per picture. And then you get an extra 50 at the end. So 250. So I made 250 tonight from this. Oh, okay. That's not as bad, I guess. I can't lie, I'm a little bit disappointed still that that's all that I got. I mean, you know, that's pretty shocking, let's face it, that's pretty shocking. I mean, that's good, I guess, for a new player. Anyone who's starting during this month, Yeah, like if you're starting in Halloween, like in October, that's actually good. Like a new player who's starting this month would have an extra 250 to play with if they did all this. So that's actually not too bad, at all. I'm assuming if they bring back the pumpkin thing later on, that'll give you some money too. So you know what, that might not be too bad, but I'm still not very impressed by it. I mean, what the fuck is that? What is that? What the hell? I've not seen AI planes in ages, like, you know, true ones, not just events, but like true AI planes. I've not seen those in ages. Remember that, like back on the PS3 version, that you would have AI planes that would just fly around and you could like anger them if you drove into them at the airport. They would like follow you around and try to kamikaze you. That shit was great.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
PS3 version of the game was just fantastic.
It's coming at you.
It's coming at you. I'm not going to customize this right now, but I just want to have a look at it. The most obnoxious... That's the most obnoxious sounding thing I've heard. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be... Yeah, I'm definitely going to customize this later. Ghosts exposed. Expose yourself to the truth. Oh, that's cool, actually. That's a really cool... Oh, that's cool as well. It's like an old ambulance design. That's cool. Oh, that's badass, that. Alright, I like some of these. I'm probably going to go with the Ghost Exposed one, but that's really cool. Yeah, it's a shame the lights don't work. Cool. Well, I'll customize that later because I don't really care right now. Alright, so the next thing I want to do just before I go off is Rockstar Creator. We're going to just quickly go to the Creator and have a look at the new props. So if anyone's stuck around this long, you should pat yourself on the back for sticking around so long. Because this has been a long stream for me, you know. You know me, I don't really do long streams anymore. Well, at least I didn't for a while. I kind of only did maybe 1 hour, 2 hour streams max, but now this is a 3 hour stream. That's quite long for me. Alright, so we're going to do a survival quickly, because why not? See how survivals play out. And then we will look at... So we got to do... I mean, no, you don't have to do that to do props. You just have to place a trigger. Alright, now we can do props. So, what would it be under a new one? Would it be like under Halloween? Holiday? Ooh! You know what? The fact that they said holidays for this is interesting. They could have just done Halloween, right? But the fact they've done holidays suggests to me that they might have Christmas props, which is really exciting. Have like a Christmas, especially if you can put snow on. Oh, if they let you put snow on as like one of the weather effects. Oh, Christmas props, yeah, that would be fucking cool. So we've got coffin stand. This is actually quite a high quality prop, to be fair. I could see people making... Oh, I could see a lot of people making, like, cool... Oh, I could see race creators making really cool parkours with this. I mean, I've seen a few race creators make really cool Halloween-style parkours in the past, but this is, like, really cool, because this is actual stuff. Oh, this would be really good if you... Oh, my days, bro. This is really cool if you want to make, like, an old kind of graveyard somewhere. Oh, that's cool. Because there's like different gravestones. I've always wanted gravestones. Bro! Oh my god, there's actual... I hope they let you keep these permanently, because like actual gravestones means you could make a graveyard map. Like there's so many cool properties out here. Like there's so many cool little properties around where you could make... Like, you know, there could be a little graveyard here. You know? Like, I mean, this is just an idea, but you could do like a graveyard. Like there's loads of properties out in the middle of nowhere that you could make like graveyard scenes. So that's really fucking cool. That's wow. Okay, I'm a big fan of this. This is cool. And you got a tomb as well, so you got some good big... See, this is just nice, because I've always looking for props like this where I can use them for, like, cover, but... Yeah, that's cool. So there's a bat. Now, this is definitely more of a Halloween-esque prop. The other ones, these could fit anywhere. But obviously, bat's more Halloween. Or Batman, whichever you want to call it. Jack-o'-lantern, that's cool. I definitely would be up for jack-o'-lanterns. You know, this is definitely very Halloween-esque, but you could definitely have jack-o'-lanterns on porches. You could cover up the... if you wanted to, if you really, really, really wanted to, you could kind of cover up the faces. You could see, like, you could do it, or you, like, cover up the faces like that to kind of make it look like just a pile of pumpkins rather than a jack-o'-lantern. Unless if they actually have a pumpkin. They have jack-o'-lantern C and B. So there's faces on C and B. I was hoping they would have, like, just pumpkins. There's not a lot of different things here. There's only, what? Tomb. There's, wait, 1, 2... Oh, there's different colors, actually, for these. Okay. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, wow. I didn't expect them to have different colors, either. That's... Wow. Why is this so high quality, by the way? Why is it so crisp? Like, look at the detail on the wood. Why is that so crisp? Why is that so high res? Why does that look like a proper 4K prop compared to, like, some of the other shit they've put in the game? Wow, okay. And there's so many colors. What the fuck? Alright. Gravestone, obviously, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That says 9 props. Not a lot, but it seems to be, since it's a holidays category, they might have Christmas props at some point. If they keep them in the game and don't remove them, that would be a really big win. Like, if they let you keep this shit in the game permanently, that's a huge move. Like, having gravestones is huge. If you're doing, like, an old country style, like a lot of old country style buildings, you know, like old buildings in the middle of nowhere will have, like, a gravestone nearby. It's just kind of what, you know, you bury people there. But you could also make a graveyard. That would be really cool. You could make a graveyard in a city. You know, there are graveyards in the city. You could make, like, more tombs and stuff. Make it really cool. But you could even make a graveyard in the middle of nowhere. You could do that. You could go and make a graveyard in the middle of nowhere. Find an old building. You know, something like this maybe. This may be a bit too modern, but you could... You know, you could definitely make a little This could be a cool place for a graveyard out here, you know. You could have a graveyard in the back. You know, something like this, you know. I mean, this is more of a shed, but... You know, there's some cool things out here that you could do graveyards for. The problem with this game is that nowhere feels really, like, isolated. Everything feels really close together. But... So there's not, like, any real old sheds anywhere, but... There are some up in the northern area a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? That could be really cool. You could make some cool little graveyards. That should just stay in the game like that. Even if they remove the jack-o'-lantern stuff, they should keep the gravestones. But really, the jack-o'-lantern's pretty cool because you can make piles of little pumpkins, and that could be really cool for, like, a countryside map. Yeah, I like these. I like these. These are really cool. Good for Rockstar. Arena props. Wait. Wait, when did they add arena props to the survival creator? Oh my god. Wait, what? Ayo, what? Nah. Yo, what? They added... Wow. They added... I swear it wasn't that long ago that I checked this. They've added arena props. I don't know when they did this. Maybe it was last month, maybe it was the month before, but I remember doing some editing of stuff, only maybe in, like, August, maybe July, so they must have added it since. But having the ability... This would be awesome, by the way. This would be a really cool prop in some of the survivals that I make. Like, maybe not that one, but like that, for example. If you're making an area in, like, an old... car area, like an old car junkyard, you could make some really cool... Like, I've always wanted to be able to have more car... I would love to have, like, non-broken car props. I want to be able to put down cars in survivals, but this could be really cool if you're doing, like, some sort of junkyard or some sort of old... Again, this could be really good out in the desert. This might be a bit excessive, but it could work. Like, this is so... Bro! This could be so cool for for maps. Like, being able to make stuff with this could be really cool. Like, this could be awesome. I don't know what I would use it for, but you could use this somewhere in a survival. Like, this is a really good place. You could overlap them too. Yeah, you could overlap these and have like multiple. Oh wow, and a pole. I mean, I don't know what I'll do with that, but I guess you could have it. It looks cool, like having like a pole somewhere, like as a on. It's even if you don't use it for your survival, having it like in a distance as like a prop to kind of show, oh, you know, you're near a 5G mast or whatever. That would be really cool. Tire walls, that's really useful as well. Again, that could be really cool for a for that. That could be really cool. All these are really cool, bro. Oh my god, bro! You could put no way. You could put this in the in one of my survivals. The one on the weed farm that I haven't finished yet. This could be a really cool little shed for like a farm. No, like legit though, I'm so impressed at the fact that Rockstar added arena props. How did I not know they added arena props? Either I read about it, I just never bothered checking, but look at this. Bro, this kind of thing would be so cool. These would be amazing in some survivals in the desert or in the countryside, like especially this shed. This shed could be really useful. This could be like one of those old bomb shelters that, you know, people would have. You could put some bales of hay or some walls and stuff on the side of it and use it as a... This could be great on my survival in... what's it called? That little settlement up in the hills. Oh, that would be the truth of people, whatever they're called. I can't remember. Okay, the future shot props, I don't think I would use as much, although the wall's quite nice. I could definitely see a use for that somewhere. Again, I wouldn't really use these because, I mean, I like having a Stargate though. Having a Stargate, bro. Having a Stargate as a prop, oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna make some cool survivals. Yo, you know what? Some of these, see stuff like this could work. It's not too futuristic, and you could use this somewhere in a city. If you want to make a city survival, you could use something like this as like as a wall in a city. It looks quite normal. And it's got trees. It looks quite nice, actually. This would be a really cool little city prop. That, I have no idea what that would be useful for, but you could use it somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know if you can turn upside down and it can use it as like a platform, maybe. That is fucking ridiculous. I don't know where I'd use that. The Stargate, though, I would 100% use the Stargate. Individual plants, there's new plants. See, what you could do is, if you don't like the planter side of it, you could just lower it down into the ground. You could just advance move it so it just shows a tree. So it just adds more tree varieties for maps. So for me, I like to have some like plants and trees on the map. That could be really nice to kind of just expand on that. That is insane. That could be really cool. If you did a map over in the UFO area over there, you could have that there. That could look really cool. That's really interesting. That could be an interesting, not particularly great, but it could be useful. No, this is cool. Oh, this could be really interesting too if you want to make like a see, these props could be really cool in a map. Yeah, you got yourself a oh. Wait, let's go back. So wedge. Oh, that's very cool. That's very like country, you know, old style country looking kind of thing. You know, you see that like an old shady motel. That's cool, but I wouldn't use it unless if it was like kind of a theme. Oh wow, holy shit. Why can't we have that plate on our cars? That just looks cool. Yeah, again, I wouldn't use a lot of these, I'm not gonna lie. The beer bottle was cool. If you could shrink props in this game, I would love stuff like this. But yeah, I wouldn't use many of those. Alright, so there's ramps as well. This is useful if you want to make like this would have been so bloody useful when I was making that the catwalk in that other map I made. Oh, bro, trust me, this is beautiful. Some of these are really fucking useful. Some of these are completely useless for survival, but it's nice that Rockstar's letting us have them in survivals. Then there's dynamic props. Dynamic props in survivals don't always spawn in, I find. They just don't spawn for some reason. I don't know if that's something that's wrong with what's it called? Survival specifically, unless they fixed it, but yeah. Ground finish line. Again, nothing there that's really useful for me, but yeah, this is really cool. I'm actually really impressed they added that. I genuinely did not know they added arena props to wow, that's so cool. Oh, that is so cool. And it only counts as one prop? Wow. Wow, yeah, you could have some really cool. Oh wow, yeah, you could do some really cool. I mean, this is nothing special, but like, yeah, you could do some really cool things with this. Wow. Wow, okay. Yeah, you could do some really cool designs with that one. They didn't add any other props, did they? No, I don't think they did. When do they add the arena ones then to survival prop? They must have done it like a while back, right? I never noticed. I mean, I was editing a level not that long ago, but then again. Oh well. That's cool. No, I'm actually very happy with that. So, yeah, I'm gonna say good job to Rockstar on that one, lads. I really liked what you did with the survival creator. More props, please. More props, more survival, more props being allowed to be put in. 200 is not enough. 500, please, would be better. But yeah, no, honestly, love it. I love what they've done. I hope they add a mission creator one day because I would love to make some missions. But anyway, I'm gonna end it. So thank you everyone for coming by. I'm gonna be back maybe tomorrow. I think I said I'll be on tomorrow for Gaz. So I don't know whether I'll be on GTA again, but if I am, then I'll probably do parkours tomorrow because yeah, I actually was gonna do that today, but then I ended up doing something else. So yeah, tomorrow hopefully parkours. Oh, I'm tired. Bye.